Here we go. So we are about to get underway here in the match of the round. It's Powelltown versus Belgrave. It's Summers and Ratton in the ruck. Ben Ratton wins the first hit out, but there's a free kick straight away going to go the way of Belgrave. So Mitch Summers will be the recipient of that free kick. And he dishes off straight away to King. So King can put the Magpies inside forward 50. Low trajectory ball, but he's turned it straight over into the lap of Liam Lucas, who of course has come across to Powelltown this year. Goes out wide with the kick, but he's turned it over. So straight into the hands there of Jaden Wood. So they can rebound here, Belgrave. Once again, they're inside forward 50, looking for Dawson, but it just flies through his fingers. Opportunity now at ground level there for Dafter. And the umpire calls for a stoppage, only about 15-20 metres out from Belgrave's goal. So they're getting the early territory. So once again, Ratton this time up in the ruck up against Dawson. Ratton wins a tap through a couple of sets of hands. Maybe an opportunity here for the Magpies. Does the ball stay in play? Yes, it does. Here's a chance for Stowe. Stowe. No, it's Pemberton, in fact. Plays on, kicks the goal, and Belgrave are away inside the first minute. So Liam Pemberton with the captain's goal. 1 straight 6 to Powelltown, yet to score. And as mentioned, we've only gone 1 minute into the first quarter.
Yeah, that was pretty simple from Belgrave just there. Just went around and kicked the goal. As you need to do at the start of the game. Just get your team going. Try not to be too accurate at the start. If you just kick one and then all of a sudden you're on the trot.
Yep. No, exactly right, Adam. So good stuff there from Liam Pemberton. Didn't muck around, just took the advantage and slotted it. Pretty narrow pockets here at Belgrave, so he made sure he took full advantage. The ball comes back into the middle, and once again it'll be Summers and Ratton in the ruck. So as mentioned, this is a big job here for Mitch Summers to try and negate the influence of Ben Ratton. He does win that hit out. And here's Belgrave once again. They get the centre clearance. They can go inside forward 50. Kick goes out wide. Dawson tracks the ball to the boundary line, but it beats him, and it will be thrown back into play. So Bandry thrown inside the forward 50 of the Magpies, who've already got 1 goal on the board. So Ben Ratton again in the ruck up against Dawson. Up it goes Dawson with front spot, but Ratton just grabs it from the back, dishes it off. Here's an opportunity for Liam Lucas, but he spilled it at the inopportune time, but he recovers, gets the handle away, but they've turned it over here. Here's another opportunity for the Magpies. Kick around the body here from Pentland, and he's nailed it. So 2 goals on the trot here for Belgrave, 2 minutes into the first quarter. And an early flurry for the Magpies. 2 straight 12 to Powelltown, yet to score. 2.5 minutes into quarter number 1.
Yeah, pretty dominant start from Belgrave. Heaps of the possession of the footy. We saw in the first couple of plays there was a little bit of turnovers, but I think that Belgrave got pretty on top of that one. Just sort of even learned from their mistakes only 2 minutes in. You can already see their game sort of changing around this.
Yep, so this is where it's got to start here for Powelltown. In the middle of the ground, can Ben Ratton get it down to his on-ballers, and can they get a centre clearance and win some territory?
So 2 quick goals early here for Belgrave on their home deck, showing the dominance. Both rucks get a tap on it. Ratton probably with the better. It's going to be a high contact free kick again going the way of Belgrave. So look to go in again, handball off to Pemberton. Pemberton now puts it inside forward 50, no marking taken, it's hit the deck. Can someone pick it up at ground level? Not quite, but now they've got it. Do Powelltown, they link up for a couple of hands and try and get a clearing kick out, but it's turned over. So back inside the 450 it goes for Belgrave. Can Amal be taken out the back? No, but Dawson picks it up. Handball backwards, here's Pentland again. Pentland lines up for number 2, just offline and goes through for a minor score. So Powelltown will have a chance to bring it back in and try and get some movement going up in their end of the ground. Wines will be the person who kicks the ball back in for Powelltown. He plays on, short kick, and it's turned over. Oh no, it's going to be a free kick actually going against, and it's going to go the way of Powelltown. It looks like it's going the way of Ratton. Yes, so Ratton will be, he didn't even know what was going on there either. So Ratton will get a free kick and go short over the top. Does that well. And then comes back and gets the handball receive and goes over the top. So here's a little build-up. They see if they can try and make something from this. Handball back over the top. Now they try and come here backwards and they bring it into the inside of the ground. It's a beautiful-looking kick. Beautiful-looking kick there over to Dafter. Dafter now. Probably could have moved the ball a bit quicker as they were out.
Now it's really presenting to him, though.
So Belgrave can get back and now kick inside, but it's an intercept mark taken there by Belgrave's Fritz. So Fritz now brings it to the far side of the ground. Beautiful looking kick to Prismic. So Prismic now plays on, then puts a short kick in. Kennemart be taking Dawson leads, unable to hold the mark. And now they got it at ground level to Powelltown, but they're met with 2 strong tackles early. So top of the 50 here for Belgrave, looking to try and put through their 3rd goal of the afternoon earlier on in this first quarter. So the ball thrown back up here. Tapped down one by Ratton, but it's Belgrave who get out here. Hamble out into open space here. Pemberton again. Can Pemberton put through number 2? Pemberton run through, and he put through number 2. He's off to a fly, the skipper.
2 captain's goals, Trent, that only captains can kick, as Leo would say.
Normally known for his contested ball work, but now he's putting 2 goals in early in the first quarter. Great start.
This is a frightening start from Belgrave. 3 goals, 1, 19. Powelltown yet to register a score, and I think only maybe the one inside 50 at that. So this is definitely the start that Belgrave would have wanted, full of confidence as the ball comes back into the middle. So Mitch Summers seems to be competing pretty well against Ben Ratton so far. He's certainly not looked out of his depth, and as mentioned, this was always going to be a pretty big matchup up against one of the best ruckmen in the whole competition. So up it goes once again. Ratton stays down at ground level, taps it over his head. Beautifully done as well. Liam Lucas has gone into the middle of the ground, but here we go. Belgrave once again with the centre clearance. They'll be inside forward 50 here. Dawson is the target. He takes the mark overhead. Well done, Nathan Dawson. Good strong grab, and he'll line them up from 40. So Nathan Dawson did a pretty high-grade hamstring injury earlier on in the season. Missed a lot of footy, but he's come back into this side and definitely had an impact and gets his first look at goal. This to make it a 25-point difference, only 6 minutes into the first quarter, and he comes with a slow, deliberate approach. Dawson starts it right, working it back. Does it hold the line? It does. Dawson's got his first. Belgrave have got their fourth. 4-1-25 to Powelltown, yet to score. Only 6 minutes into the first quarter, and Adam, this start just gets better for Belgrave.
It certainly does. Sharing the ball around. We've seen Pemberton doing a heck of a lot on that on the edge of the 50. What are the arcs on this ground? Do you happen to know, Aiden? You seem to know.
I'd say about 40. I think you're
about 40 odd.
Yeah.
I was going to say because that was outside the arc from Dawson there. Just looked like he took it pretty easy as well.
He got a good leg at him, Dawson, but yeah,
don't get me wrong.
I don't think they don't look to be the biggest here at Belgrave. So it's back in the middle once again. Up it goes. Ratton up against Summers. Summers just smashes it forward. Opportunity maybe for Prismich, but the ball goes beyond him. Now Powelltown can go back the other way. Can someone get the ball under their control? No, they can't. Westcott in the area. Picked up at ground level there by Ryan. Handball back into the corridor from Kavara. Now they go through the corridor here. Do Belgrave flies over the head of Ben Ratton, but falls into the lap on that occasion there of Fletcher Daniel. So Daniel kicked down the line to a one-on-one. No mark will be taken. Just spilled there by Walker. Walker wrapped up in a tackle here. Westcott providing some good pressure. Ball heads towards the boundary line and will trickle out of play. Just rolls down that slope here at Belgrave and will be thrown back into play. So we'll get a good look at this stoppage. Boundary thrown to the broadcast wing. So as mentioned, Mitch Summers up against Ben Ratton. Up it goes. Ratton's got front position. Summers, though, wins it from the back through the hands of Pentland. Just overrunning the football there was Johnston. Ratton tries to do the ground level work, unable to gather it cleanly though. Here's an opportunity for Stowe. Pentland again involved, got it to Summers. Beautifully done. Another opportunity for Johnson. Here you go, Belgrave. Opportunity at goal here for Prismich. It's offline. And just sneak through for a behind. So Prismich unable to convert. 4-2-26 now at Belgrave to Powelltown, yet to score.
So can Powelltown get some ball moving down to their end of the ground here? Bring it. So look to bring the ball back into play here. Through Cowan, it looks like taking the kicking duties. Good day for long sleeves.
Most certainly.
And he brings it wide, long down the line. Kenamabi taking flying high as Roy, but he's going to get pinned. He's gone down, pulled a bit of a cramp there, look. Hope he should be alright. He's still down. He's up there. Ooh. But now they play on. Good. Puts it inside 450. Dawson presents. Can't quite hold the mark, but they get it back at ground level. Big, strong tackle laid, but they manage to get their way through that. Now on hands and knees. Scrappy ball contest. The umpire's going to blow his whistle.
He still looks very proppy, does Dean Roy. He's sort of clutching at the knee a little bit, so hopefully that's nothing too serious. But
so the ball thrown up now, tapped down. Now they look to go backwards here. Do Belgrave. Critton gets the ball moving forward. Now kick towards goal is going to be well offline and go through for a minor score there. So again, Cal will have the kicking duties as they set up position here to Powelltown to try and get some sort of movement going. So Cowan now has a look at his options. Now they break away a bit. Decides not to go in the direction where Ratton is and decides to go for a little trot and picks it long down the line right near the interchange bench. Can a mark be taken? Not quite. And it looks like Belgrave have ball in hand to go forward it again. And it's gone over the boundary line for a boundary throw in on the far side of the ground right in front of the Powelltown interchange bench. So ready to throw this ball back into play now. Going up in the ruck this time is McDermott. for Belgrave against Ratton. So the ball thrown up, gone over both of their heads, and now they can try and get it out the back here. Handball out the back, but it's going to be a free kick coming back to Belgrave here. So they'll look to go through to try and put through number 5, and then decide to come laterally. It's a beautiful looking kick. Just put it out in front, but done it. Has enough. Feeds a bit of candy. Runs around. Back inside 50 to the top of the square. Can it might be taken out the back? Yes, it can.
Yes.
Kyle Nunn. We've seen Nunn. We've caught a couple of games when Nunn's kicked bags of 4.
Yep, he's an own goal kicker, Trent, for sure.
So Nunn tucked up on the pocket. Beautiful work there by William Hamilton.
He's missed.
And Kyle Nunn has put through a minor score.
So 4-4-28 now up. Belgrave missed a couple of opportunities here, but Powelltown need to get motoring. 28 points adrift, as mentioned. Nunn just unable to make it work on the left boot. So Cowan again with the kicking duties. So we just wait for the ball. It's just
tucked all the way behind. Nunn did a pretty good job of trying to belt it through and ended up going a bit too straight. As I think it's the young fellas behind the goal that have got it now, but they've run into the problem that the fence is there.
Yeah.
Just quickly, guys. Q Clash half-time. Suns lead by 33. Noah Anderson has 24 and 2.
Wow.
24. Oh, mate.
At half-time,
He's a
24
gun.
2.
He's a gun.
He is a superstar. What a good deal they got out of that draft. Rowell and Anderson, 2 gun players, both out of Carey Grammar.
Yeah.
Long kick. Out of the defensive 50, and it's gone out of bounds to the full, and the wind just dragged that across, actually. So I think it's a bit of a cross breeze here today, so it's not really going to either end. So Westcott didn't have to intercept there and take the mark as the ball just goes out of bounds. Centres it to half forward. Oh, Dawson nearly could have had the mark. Here's Prismich, kick towards goal. Is offline.
In fact, it's out of bounds on the full.
It is, there we go.
Wind playing a factor there.
It is most certainly.
You can see there's a few fire pits lit up across the side of the ground. People are just trying to keep a bit warm, and you can see the smoke just sort of blowing towards our direction. You can tell it's not it's a bit of a cross-around wind.
So Daniel kick in the back pocket. Kicks to half back, and he's turned it over, though. Straight into the hands of Patrick Beggs, who's going to back himself in. Kick of about 45 metres required here on probably about a 45-degree angle. This for goal number 5 for Belgrave. This for a 34-point lead. Only 12 minutes into this first quarter. So Patrick Beggs will line up for his first goal for the afternoon. And he's offline. And it only just registers the score. Doesn't know.
No, that was a bit strange. Both umpires signalled for their own respective...
Yeah, the goal umpire tapped the shoulder and the bench umpire went, no chance.
No chance. That's mine. Thank you very much. Which you look at where it landed out of bounds and you go, yeah, fair enough. It probably did go out of bounds.
So Ben Ratton with ball in hand, kicks across goal. To kick. Kick will go short. And just got to Liam Lucas. Gee, he copped a bit of heat. I think the umpire's going to come in. Yep, 25-minute penalty, probably fair enough. Contact was a little bit late. So Powelltown gain a bit of meterage. Comes back into the corridor for Dafter. Dafter wheels round to the right. Goes across goal. Finds McLaughlin. He's got to get away. He did well getting away from Stowe. Kick down the line. It's a good one too. Here's a good build-up for Powelltown. Cowan runs by to provide a handball option for Larson, but Larson, he sold the candy. Beautifully done here, Larson. He can put the Demons inside forward 50, but he took too long to get the kick away. But no, it still works out here for the Demons. They've still got possession of the ball. Ben Ratton does put them inside forward 50. Long kick well and truly over the head of Dean Roy. And they've turned it over, and Belgrave can counter-attack.
So here they go, bringing it out. On the back, looking for Booth, but it's just over his head. Prismic gets it, tucks it under his arm, then puts a kick to centre half forward. Fires Nunn, good strong chest mark out in front. So Nunn now wheels around and puts a kick in the direction here. Unable to hold the mark, just going over the head of Power. So again, Belgrave deep inside their forward line with another opportunity to kick a goal, and we've only been going 14 minutes in this quarter.
Yep.
So the ball to be thrown back into play here. Ratton to go up against Dawson in the ruck. So the ball thrown back into play. Dawson does well to get the tap down, then tries to follow up his work. But Powelltown get the clearing kick out. But it's all Belgrave as they look to put this ball back into play. That's worked out all right to Crichton. Now he long shot at goal. Nunn's in the square. Can he get out of the back? Not quite. Good critical hand touch there by the defender. Now the ground level. Diving on it. And the umpire sees it's not going anywhere. So he's going to ball this one up. So definitely A lot going on. What are we laughing at? Adam, I can hear you laughing.
Adam's copped a massive drive-by from someone on Instagram saying he should become a weather person instead of a commentator.
I put up on the story that it was a bit windy down here at Belgrave, and one of my mates has just responded, "You should move into the weather department. It's more your skill set."
It's the ball's thrown back up into play here. Ratton gets the tap down from behind. Doesn't look like to be really going anywhere though. Scrappy. Contested ball at the bottom of the pack. But now they can get the clearing kick out, but it's Nunn who picks it up. Stats around his body. How's it look? Beautiful by Kyle Nunn. What a finish in the wind.
That was incredible, Trent. Just such a clean pick-up, and he was so quick to get that ball onto boot. That was a very difficult goal, it has to be said, and Kyle Nunn made it look incredibly easy.
Yeah, 100%, especially in these conditions, to be able to pick it up off only a couple of snaps and snap it around his body. But it's the type of thing Kyle Nunn is known to do.
Exactly
known
right.
Goal kicker. He's that type of player where something's going to happen, whether it's good or not, when he's around the ball. He's always going to give you 110%, can pull off the magic, he can look a bit erratic, but then makes it work.
No, exactly right, Trent. And more importantly for Belgrave, they extend the margin to 34 points, 5-4-34. Powelltown still yet to register a score as the ball's back in the middle.
The ball's back in the middle here now. Both rucks get a tap into it, but then Ratton ends up getting it and giving the handball off, but that handball is cut off. Now they can move the ball forward here for Critton. He gets a handball moving. Now they try and move it again. They got it on the outside, Booth. Handball at the back to Pemberton. Now they can go back inside forward 50 into the pocket. Does that stay in play? Yes, it does, and it goes through for a minor score.
Off the boot of Prismich, that one.
So they'll bring the ball back into play through Cowan. He's done a lot of the kicking duties today so far. And he's directing his players where he wants them to go. Not a lot of movement to be said, though. So now Cowan just decides, I'll just chuck along on the boot. Westcott parks himself underneath it, and there's his first intercept mark.
Yep.
So Westcott now puts it to centre half forward to a beautiful lead. And they can line up for another goal here.
Crichton, I think it is.
No, I think it might be Power.
Oh, no,
yes, Power, yep.
I saw the number 9, but yeah, it was just the number 9.
They're good mates, though, Crichton and Power. I'm actually mates with Crichton, and they're probably the closest two on the team. So together both wrong, so...
No, fair enough. Here we go, Trent. So directly in front, and big opportunity for Belgrave for goal number 6.
So Power will begin his approach to put through his first goal. And he comes now from outside the arc, puts it on his boot. Distance not a problem. How's the accuracy? Oh, just slams it into the post. Distance was not a problem at all. And I thought he had it for a second, but it's just going to hit the post and go through for a minor score.
There we go. So Power, of course, their leading goal kicker this season as well. Just couldn't quite get that one online.
Wind not helping him either. Wind blowing to the left side, just slamming into the woodwork on the left-hand side.
Moody goes out wide with the kick in and finds Walker. We've had plenty of room to work with as Dawson mans the mark. Long kick down the line. Looking for that man there. Satchel. Nearly an opportunity there for Fletcher Daniel.
It's going to be a free kick.
Feels like his name's the wrong way around. You'd think it'd be Daniel Fletcher.
Fletcher.
It's Fletcher
No,
Daniel.
I like it. Playing tricks.
Here we go. So Fletcher Daniel, long kick down the line. Can someone take a mark here? No, ball spills to ground level. Here's an opportunity now for Morrison. Handball back into the corridor, but he's turned it over. Now Ben Ratton, can he put the Demons inside forward 50? Goes back to our man Daniel. Oh, gee, ran into a brick wall. He got the handball away just in time. Picked up by Satchel. Satchel back to Daniel. He goes back to Satchel. This is a wobbly ball at ground level. Here we go. Here's an opportunity there for Powelltown. Cross. Long kick towards goal. I tell you what, it looks pretty good. It's just offline.
Hasn't gone over.
That hasn't even gone over, so maybe... Here we go. Ball up about 2 or 3 metres out from goal here for Powelltown, so this might be a chance for them.
Still an opportunity here.
I reckon this is Benny Ratton, right? You reckon he just grabs us out of the ruck and snaps for goal?
Jackie Chan.
Up he go. Well, he's actually not in this ruck contest.
Oh,
So
no.
not. Can someone shark it for the Demons? No, Belgrave get out of defence, but for how long? Through the hands of Prismich. Coming up to meet the ball there was Beggs of Belgrave. He goes out wide with the kick. Look at Wynn just take that ball towards the boundary line. It might even stay in play. In fact, Dawson, can he get there? No, he can't. Ball beats him. Good on you, Nath.
Do you know him pretty well, do you?
Oh, yeah, reasonably well. Anyway, so it's a boundary throw in broadcast wing.
Just in the middle of play, runs over. Oh, g'day, mate.
G'day.
Up it goes. Ben Ratton gets front position, wins the hit out. Got it down to that man, Cross. Cross turns it over. Here's Pentland, comes back into the corridor for Belgrave. Beautiful kick it is as well. Fantastically done there to Mackay. He can put the Magpies inside forward 50. Here is Dawson once again. And he'll line them up. Might have to kick this probably about 50 metres. I reckon man of the mark's at least probably about 43. And he's already got one goal in the afternoon, Nathan Dawson. Definitely got the range, just all about accuracy. So 5-6-36 at the moment of Belgrave. This for a 42-point margin. We've ticked into red time now in this first quarter. 9.5 gone. In comes Dawson for his second and for Belgrave 6. Looks pretty good off the boot and it's straight over the goal umpire's cap. Dawson's got his second. Belgrave have got their 6-6-42 to Powelltown. He yet to score. We'll be going nearly 20 minutes into the first quarter.
He kicked that and he straight away, hand in the air. He was so happy with it. Right off the boot and, to be honest, deserved. It went straight through the sticks. Right after giving you a shout out just as he ran across the front of the box. But did really well in that play there. Belgrave really just showing us how much it matters to get your kicks to connect, and it's been a really good showing from Belgrave so far.
No, they've been brilliant. It's back in the middle once again. So Summers and Ratton. Ratton wins a tap again, goes over his head. He's done it a couple of times today, done it pretty well. Liam Lucas finds a handball, gets it out to Cross. Here's an opportunity now for Larson. Can he get the bounce of the ball to go his way? No, not quite. Belgrave have forced a turnover. Summers kick around his body, but it was smothered. Ball heads towards the boundary line and trickles over and will be thrown back into play.
So the far side of the ground here, right in front of the Belgrave interchange bench. Been going nearly just about 21 minutes in this first quarter, so the ball's thrown back into play here. Sumner gets the tap down, but Ratton looks to follow up his work. A big strong tackle on Pentland. Gets it out of the back. Pemberton tries to get it, but Lucas snatches it off. Then puts it inside 450, and he got a leading Roy.
Beautiful kick.
So here's a chance to look to put through their first goal through club legend Dean Roy.
He's been a reasonably handy acquisition as well. Liam Lucas, of course, used to play for Broadford back in their days in our competition.
So Dean Roy now lines up on a bit of an angle. Distance won't be a problem. It'll just be the accuracy. In he comes. Kick is on its way. Looks pretty good off the boot, and it's home. There's their first, courtesy of Dean Roy.
Gee, they needed that one desperately, Adam.
Yeah, they sure did. They just need one. It's all about just getting one. You start all right, and then you continue even better. So to get a first goal, as long as they scored in this first quarter, you can't really rule them out yet.
No, that's exactly right. Still very early days in this game, so they kind of need to get motoring, though, Powelltown. But as you mentioned, Adam, it all starts with the first step.
100%.
So nearly 22 minutes have gone in this first quarter to wait for the ball to go back in the middle. So maybe time for one more here for the Demons and just cut the margin down a little bit more before we head into the first change.
So the ball make its way back to the middle. Sumner and Ratton will go at it again. As the ball's thrown up. Ratton with the tap down. Who's going to get the clearance? Sumner gets it at ground level and gets a handball over the top. But they manage to make their way through to Powelltown. Now they get the ball moving forward. Handball over the top, but this might be turned over. It's going to be a free kick, going to come back to Powelltown. So look to go back inside 450 here. Bring it in. McLaughlin plays on, then puts it wide. Can it might be taken? Not quite. Spilled to ground, but good follow-up work, but even better tackle. That's got to be holding the ball up.
Ooh, no.
I don't know. I just feel like you got to reward that. He had plenty of opportunity to get the handball out. His hands were free the whole time. Pretty stiff if you ask me. But the ball's going to be thrown up here. Sumner and Ratton. Ratton comes in from the side to get front position. Does that well, then taps it over his head. But it's Pemberton who sharks it. And he's probably going to get a free kick downfield behind play. So he'll come back. Taking it will be Johnson. Johnson now. Comes to centre half forward, looking for Dawson again. Can he take it? I thought he had a good chunk of that. Just spilled it on the way down. Now it's at ground level and he lays a big strong tackle. Jeez, I thought he nearly had it on that second grab. But now we're inside the 450 again for Belgrave. Sounds like I'm on repeat. But I can guarantee you there's no parrot in the box. Ratton gets it. Handball over the top. Now they can try and move forward. Ratton again. He's still racking it up. McLaughlin. Handball over to Lucas. Lucas brings it to centre half forward looking for Roy. Kick doesn't quite meet him and it bounces in front. But it's still at ground level and he's doing his best to get it moving his way. Here goes Powelltown and they get it back and chuck it inside forward 50. They got it out the back here. Can they make something of this? Another good tackle. But it is Belgrave who managed to mop this one up. Move it down, but could be cut off. Unable to hold the mark there. Crucial time was cross. So Belgrave still with ball in hand. Kick down the line. Looking for power, unable to hold the mark. It's spoiled. Now it's at ground level again, and it's going to be a ball up on the far side of the ground, right near the Powelltown interchange bench. So look to reset this play up here to Ruckman. It's got to be in the back, as the umpire said. Yes, Sumner just got to the front position. Ratton didn't like it, so he just got to the position early, which was important. So Booth puts it inside 450, but it's gone over the head.
Straight into the hands, a kick. He goes down the line. He doesn't want to waste any time, but probably the right option as well, and he's done that pretty well here to Satchel. So Satchel assesses the options down the line. And goes to about half forward here. 2 1-on-1. Can he find a set of hands? Yes, he can. Beautifully done. Good strong mark was taken. Here we go. Here's an opportunity here for that man, Neil. Tries to go short, but he's turned it over. Now Belgrave can go through the corridor. Opportunity here at ground level for Peter Booth. Eventually gets the ball under his control. Now Belgrave get the ball to about centre half forward. A half full in front of Dawson. Beautifully gathered though. Nathan Dawson wheels around to the right boot. Looks pretty good, but it's just offline. And goes through for a behind. 6-7-43 now are Belgrave to Powelltown. 1 straight 6. And we'll be going 25 minutes into this first quarter. So nearly at quarter time, and I think that quarter time siren will certainly be a welcome sound for this Powelltown team, trailing by 37 points. I'd like to be able to reassess. So Cowan with the kicking duties. Assesses the options down the line. Long kick as well, all the way to the wing. Oh, they've got to communicate here, Powelltown. They've spoiled each other. That was a bit of an interesting one there between Terry Walker and Sam Satchel. Walker's knocked it over and essentially spoiled his own teammate. So, boundary throw in. Summers and Ratton. Ratton to the front, wins the tap. Beautifully gathered by Stowe, got the handball away. Can Belgrave go inside forward 50? King fumbles the ball in front of himself. Huge numbers around the contest. Umpire circling, calls for a stoppage at half forward for Belgrave.
Satchel looks a bit sore. I wonder if he copped a knee in that big contest. Just in the back of the right hamstring.
So up it goes once again. Ratton wins the tap. Anyone's ball to be won at ground level. Goes Belgrave's way for the moment. Here is Crichton. Again, ball just bobbles along the ground. Here is Prismich, and they've turned it over here. Belgrave giving away a free kick. Ben Ratton, the recipient. And he's in no real hurry. Here's Benny Ratton. Peers into the corridor and then just decides to retreat back to kick. So Daniel Kick in no real hurry. So the half-time, sorry, quarter-time side can't be too far away, though. That kick has gone out of bounds in the full. Not a good result for Powelltown. Belgrave will most likely be inside forward 50 once again. Here's an opportunity for Mackay. Long kick inside forward 50. Kick, though, cuts across and takes a strong intercept mark. And the Demons needed that one. So Kick just got to be careful that he doesn't go too wide with the kick, given the direction of the breeze. Long kick again to the broadcast wing. Through the hands of Westcott. Couldn't quite stick the mark at a 1-on-1 there against Walker, and it'll be thrown in right in front of our broadcast position here at Belgrave Recreation Reserve. So again, the ruck duties here for Summers and Ratton of both of their respective sides. Right in front of our commentary position here on the broadcast wing. So again, Ratton and Summers to do battle on the ruck. Oh, gee.
Ooh. Might have a call back there.
Yep. Yeah, going to be tricky for the band trumpos on this side, thrown against that breeze. So up it goes. Here we go.
Oh, beautiful.
Ratton, or Summers, in fact, won it from the back, and free kick going to go to Mitch Summers. So Summers dishes off to Pentland. Pentland goes out wide with the kick, but it looks like he's turned it over, and he has. So Powelltown maybe with an opportunity to counter-attack. Cowan with a long kick down the line. Can a mark be taken? No. Through the hands across, but they should be able to go inside forward 50 here, the Demons. The handball, though, not a good one. Through the hands, though, of Summers. Picked up beautifully at ground level there by Jacob Neal. Here's an opportunity for Dafter. Ran into a little bit of trouble. Try to get it away to Dennis. Here we go. Prismich, long kick towards goal. He's missed a couple, and he's missed another one.
Gone again.
So Prismich with, I believe, his
second behind.
Second behind there of the afternoon. 6-8-44 now are Belgrave. To Powelltown, 1 straight 6.
So Powelltown can be a bit lucky that Belgrave haven't been as accurate with the wind playing a big factor. It could be a much bigger lead.
Exactly right, Trent.
So the ball will be thrown back into play here. Ratton and Summons go at it. Ratton gets from position, then goes there. Karate kick in mid-air, and I believe that hasn't gone out in the full either. No, so he's gained territory. He's done that well.
Yep.
That was the old Dan Gorringe kick for putting the goal.
He got the,
Jackie Chan. That's the ball is going to be thrown back into play here. Trying to get front position. Summers doesn't. Ratton gets the tap down. Now Lucas, handball through the middle. Now they try and move it forward to Belgrave. Pentland doesn't know quite where he wants to go, so he decides to go backwards. And there is the quarter time siren. And Belgrave, must I say, with a very, very convincing lead here on their home ground.
Most certainly, Trent. 38 points separates the two sides at the moment. The Magpies 6-8-44 currently led the Demons 1 straight 6. Very, very good start here for Belgrave, and a really important game for them in the context of their season. We will now take a look at some scores from around the grounds in all the action. Of course, it is round 4 of the match of the round between Belgrave and Powelltown. If you're just tuning in, the Demons currently 38 points behind. 6-8-44 are Belgrave to Powelltown. 1 straight 6. The umpire holds the ball aloft and second quarter action underway. Once again, Summers and Ratton in the ruck. Up it goes. Ratton probably got the better of the tap. Here's an opportunity for Liam Lucas, but a free kick's already been paid and going to go Powelltown's way. So sent a couple of free kicks in the ruck in this game so far, and no, it's not going to go to Ratton. It's interesting. Free kick spotted at half back. Either way, Powelltown get the ball to about half forward, picked up at ground level by Liam Lucas. Here is Ben Ratton, comes out wide to Dafter. Dafter being corralled, but he gets his kick away, goes out wide, and Reese spilled it. Didn't quite keep it in play. He's not happy about the call and just throws the ball away from the band trump. I've got to be a little bit careful doing that, but anyway, so Bandry's throwing. Ratton and Summers in the ruck. Up it goes. Ratton wrestles his way to the front, wins the tap, but it's going to be sharked here by Pemberton. You would think eventually gets the ground level ball. Does he? No. Maybe an opportunity here for that man there, Larson, if he can keep the ball in play. Picked up here by Cowan. Reese keeps it in play. Larson again at his arm pin. Spilled it, and he's been penalised for holding the ball. So Belgrave connects at the defensive 50. And they can do that through Johnston. Tucked away in the back pocket. Got a couple of players leading up to him. Decides to bring it back into the corridor. Dangerous option. None, though, provides a good lead and takes a good strong mark overhead. And he dishes it off straight away to Stowe. Stowe gets them moving to about half forward. Here's Dawson again. Really strong overhead. Beautifully done there as well. Dishes it off to Ryan. Ryan, long kick towards goal. Is offline and missed the whole lot. So out of bounds in the full. So as you mentioned late in that first quarter, Trent, they've been a little bit inaccurate today, Belgrave. They certainly could have a much bigger lead if they'd taken some more of their opportunities, but either way, still got a 38-point margin, which they'll be pretty happy with. So kick in the back pocket. Just goes long down the line, looking for Ratton, and he's done really well there, Ben Ratton, in between a couple of Belgrave players. Takes the mark, goes short to Dafter. Now Dafter, in no real hurry. Just looks for something, doesn't really have a whole lot presenting to him. So he'll load up on the right boot, long kick down the line to about half 40, looking for Walker in a one-on-one, but Westcott beautifully done, the intercept king. Once again, does his thing, comes back into the corridor, good kick it was as well. Nicely done there to Kavara. Kavara goes out wide, no mark though could be taken. Good contest there provided by that man Cross. Ball spills to ground level. Here's an opportunity maybe for Fritz if he can get the ball under his control. It's tracked back beautifully here on that occasion by Peter Booth. Oh, he nearly turned it over. In fact, he has turned it over. So here's an opportunity for Cowan. Long kick inside forward 50, but that man there, Westcott, will park himself underneath it. No mark can be taken. Maybe now a chance here for Neil. Soccer towards goal. Hits the post. So behind. First score of the second quarter going Powelltown's way, 117 to 6-8-44. 3 minutes into the second quarter.
So Belgrave to bring the ball back into play, and they waste no time doing that. They go up the line. It's probably going to go over the boundary line. Yes, and yes, that is exactly what it does. I just got a bit of rain from outside.
Yep.
I was like, what? We're inside. Why have I got water spraying on my head? Then I realised that was a little bit open. So we'll close that one. Thank you. As the ball's thrown back in, our load boundary throw in again, so it's going to get harder with this wind now. Wet conditions bringing into it as well. So umpire now gets himself into position to throw this one back into play. In he comes, tapped down, one by Summers, and Crichton now gets himself out of trouble, does well, dancing in and out of the stoppage and puts it on, boot on the ball, moving it forward, and a nice strong mark, take it out in front there, and now they can move the ball forward. Belgrave into the forward 50, can it might be taken on the lead, not quite. Coward gets it to ground level, does really well, then just chucks it up the middle of the ground. And Kanamar be taken out the back, not quite, but they've got it in their possession, and now here they go. They have a chance to stream forward. Handball, can they get out of this tackle? Not quite. Beautiful tackle. Umpire calls play on, and Belgrave can get themselves out of this one for now. Wood, but good defensive effort there. It's going to be punched over the line. That was such a crucial tackle there, boys.
It was most certainly. Neil tried to do a little dance step around him and just didn't quite work out for him.
Just didn't need to really do it in the end.
Yeah, I think so.
But great defensive efforts. Boundary throw in, beautiful throw in by the umpire. Ratton gets the tap down to Cowan. Cowan shrugs off a couple of tackles, streams away, puts it inside forward 50. Can a mark be taken? Couple of grabs at it and diving for the third one, but unable to hold it. But get it in there. Handball, step over his head and putting it through there is Terry Walker. Like that name, Terry Walker. Terry Walker.
7-8-50 now. Oh, sorry, no, in fact, 2-1-13. I've gone a little bit early there for Belgrave. But important goal there for Powelltown. Just get it back to 31 points of difference. We've just started to cut into the margin a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. I think that Walker did pretty well. Just easy to snap over the head. It was a really good attempt by, was it Cochrane in the forward trying to have about 6 goes at it.
Yep.
And then tried to get a diving one-hander at the end, slips catch style. But Walker just did everything he could, struck it up and got it through the big sticks.
Absolutely right. And he didn't panic either as well. He had enough time and he just backed himself. So now Powelltown inside forward 50 again. Oh, no mark can be taken. Here's Jacob Neal. Won't dance step this time, but he also won't kick the goal. He's missed everything. Again, probably had a bit more time than he thought that he had. Probably rushed it a bit, and Belgrave with a reprieve in defence. Fritz will be the recipient of the free kick in the back pocket.
Probably just really hit the belly of the ball, went straight up in the air and just got it carried and carried and carried, just went straight out of bounds.
Probably a little bit unfortunate the wind didn't draw it back a little bit for him, given it's going that way. But anyway, Fritz goes out wide with the kick, looking for Morrison.
It's out of bounds on the full. There's that wind.
Neil's probably thinking, why didn't that do it for me? Here we go, long kick off the boot of Reese. Ball spills to ground level. Belgrave desperately trying to get this ball out of there, but they've turned it over. Neil once again with an opportunity. Someone's got to pick it up though for Powelltown. Oh, dumped into the ground there, gee. Larson maybe a bit stiff not to get a free kick, but the umpire was right there. So Summers and Ratton to do battle in the ruck. Powelltown suddenly have found a little bit of life. They've got the ball in there into the ground. What can they manufacture out of the stoppage? Ben Ratton grabs out of the ruck. Oh, he tried to kick the goal himself. Walker goes into the goal square. They are really pressing here, the Demons. But they're going to get out Belgrave. Pemberton goes out wide. Beautifully done by Liam Pemberton. And now they're away, the Magpies. Peter Booth. Long kick on the left boot to the far side wing over the head of Dawson. Fell into the lap, though, one of his teammates. It was Kyle Nard, but he was wrapped up on the tackle, and the ball spills over the boundary line and will be thrown back into play. So boundary thrown on the outer side of the ground. 31 points the difference it is at the moment. If you're just tuning in, 6-8-44 of Belgrave to Powelltown, 2-1-13. So boundary throw, and up it goes. Ratton and Summers. Ratton to the front, through his hands. Here is Liam Lucas out the back. No, the ball didn't quite come to him. Now they can counter-attack here, Powelltown. Ben Ratton, oh, gee, the big fella just couldn't quite get the ground level ball. It was always a tricky one. Prismich finds Morrison, eventually gets the ball under his control, gets the handball away, finds Beggs, but Beggs was taken to the tackle right away there by Gribic. Daniel goes back to Dafter. Dafter being corralled, dishes off to Moody, and he spilled it through his hands. It'll be thrown back into play.
Ratton came up a little bit sore just then. I reckon he landed right on the cricket pitch.
Yeah.
He's got the stinging knees.
Yeah, no.
This ball's going to be thrown back into play here. Ratton, Summers to go out of here. Ball throw, and then another short throw. So it'll have to be brought back. Finding it hard in the windy conditions.
Yeah, I would think so.
This ball's back to the boundary umpire now to throw this one back in. Again, a bit of a shallow throw, but it makes it to them. Doing it well was Ratton getting the tap down, and this one's going to go over the boundary line again. Pemberton trying to claim he kept that one in, and he has a bit of a laugh to the boundary umpires going, come on, give me a chance. But the umpires were not having any of it, and it was definitely out, may I say. As the ball thrown back in, someone gets a tap down. Probably being held by Ratton, but the umpire says play on, and now he appeals for that too. As the ball's come back into, so Camden McIntosh to ball this one up. Didn't get the joke, Aiden, did you?
Oh, I get the
Ratton tapped down. Now they can go moving forward. Wood. Can he get a handball at the back? But now Powelltown get it. Moving it forward. Shoved off it by Roy. Does well with the bodywork. Then a handball at the top. Can Powelltown put through another here? Kick high up and under kick. It's probably going to fall short in the square, but can Amavi take it out in front? Not quite, but pick it up. Kick is smothered. Jeez, Belgrave did good on the last line defence. Westcott now brings it wide to Pentland. Diving forward, doesn't quite get it, but the recovery is good. Then susses out what he needs to go to and brings it back in. Calm and composed with Pentland. Now they bring it back in ball looking for Wood. Makes a good contest, and now they can move the ball forward here. Handball out the back. Now they come even backwards to Wood. Wood gives it off to Pentland. How's the running effort from Pentland? Then gets a handball at the top to the skipper, Pemberton. Already has two. Then comes wide to Dawson. Can't quite get it. Just falls short of him, and it goes over the boundary line for a boundary throw in. So the ball to be, as they get it from the car park, as it's gone up the hill. Matter of fact, it's just at the fence, so someone has to come run down, umbrella in hand, as you can imagine, and gather it for the umpire. So the ball will be thrown back into play. They get ready to... Rain's getting a little bit heavier now.
It is. Yep.
As it's thrown back in now. Dawson gets the tap down from the front. This one's going to go back over the boundary line. Gains a bit of territory, but still over the boundary line, and we have been going 10 minutes this quarter.
We most certainly have. So another stoppage on the broadcast side of the ground. Forward to centre for Belgrave, who have yet to register a goal in this second quarter. So Powelltown have been able to just stop the flow that they had in the first quarter as the rain starts to get heavy here, as Trent mentioned. Ben Ratton just grabs the ball out of the ruck, goes long through the corridor looking for Dean Roy. They might be able to get one out the back here, Powelltown, but they're unable to do so. Morrison with ball in hand at the moment, dishes it off beautifully. Now they go through the corridor. Long kick off the boot here for Belgrave. Dawson, can he get one out the back? Nathan Dawson has to get the handle away. Kyle Nunn's in the area, but the ball's rushed over to safety for Powelltown. Through for a behind. So 6:9:45 now at Belgrave to Powelltown at 2:1:13. 10.5 minutes currently gone in this second quarter. 32 points the difference. They come out to the far side of the ground. Opportunity here for Cross. Looks to come back into the corridor, high up and under ball. Oh, gee, the couple of Belgrave players didn't communicate with each other. Ball's knocked out of the pack. Prismic wins the foot race to the ball, gets the handball away, but it's through the hands of Morrison. King gets back to provide a hand, dishes one off. Handball over the top again, Prismic is involved. Huge numbers around the ball, in goes Pemberton. Eventually Len Pemberton comes away with a footy, hands it off. Here's an opportunity now for Stoke, and he put him inside forward 50. Wobbly ball, not a very good one either. Might still work out though. Nathan Dawson did beautifully, dishes off. Here's an opportunity for Belgrave. Long kick to the top of the square. Bounces away, knocked back into the corridor dangerously. Kick though, got it to Ratton, and Ratton will go out wide. Will it stay in play? No, it won't, but after at least made sure that it wasn't out of bounds on the full, got a hand to it. So Bandry thrown it about half forward for Belgrave, who once again are pressing. Got this 32-point lead. Powelltown, as mentioned, they've been able to stop the rot, but need to try and find a couple of goals their own way. So Ben Ratton gets to the front, wins the tap, try to get it down to that man there, Cowan. Nunn's kick was partially smothered, and once again the ball finds its way over the boundary line and will be thrown back into play. So what can Belgrave manufacture from this stoppage? Already 12 minutes gone in the second quarter and haven't found a goal as of yet in this second quarter, that is. So again, in it goes. Ratton to the front, just grabs out of the ruck this time, but he couldn't take it cleanly. Appeals for a hold free kick. He's not going to get it though. Kick coming off the boot there of Mackay into the pocket. No mark can be taken. Pentland in the area, and once again the ball finds its way over. It's going to be thrown back into play. Pretty much in the forward pocket now for Belgrave. So what can they do here, the Magpies? Dawson's going to go up on the ruck this time. Still up against Ben Ratton, I believe. Dawson to the front. Ratton, though, wins it from the back. Gathered beautifully there, though, by McLaughlin. Powelltown look to exit the defensive 50. And they might be able to do that here if they get a holding the ball free kick, and they will. So an opportunity now for the Demons. Beautifully done by Cowan. Long kick out of the defensive 50. Goes up the corridor. No mark can be taken. Ball spills to ground level. King got the handball away, but he missed the target of Morrison. But Morrison eventually gathered the ground level ball. Handballs inside forward 50. Maybe should have kicked. Prismic dishes off. Oh, just through the hands there of Johnston. Maybe another opportunity now for Belgrave. Morrison again looked to dish off to Johnson, but he goes even wider. Johnson paddles the ball in front of himself. Kick towards goal. Well and truly offline. Here's another kick towards goal. That one's gone through. Beautifully done there by Mackay. He finishes. Belgrave with their first goal of the second quarter, 7:9:51 to 1:17. We'll be going 13.5 minutes into the second quarter.
I think it's been really good pressure from both sides in this quarter. So Powelltown have really sort of been really good to stick to their players and create a lot of that pressure, which it was sitting in the Belgrave forward line for a good 5 minutes, and they only just got the score in. Like, that's really well done by Powelltown so far this quarter. But Belgrave do extend their lead by another 6 points. How much are they up by now?
Back to 44.
44 points.
No, I lie. 38 points. Sorry.
38 points.
There
we go.
So the ball back in the middle here now. Ball thrown up. McDermott will go up against Ratton, and Ratton gets the tap down. They try and follow up their work, but getting the clearing kick there for Belgrave was Ryan. Looking for Nunn. Just falls in front of him. Now gathering at ground level was Stowe, but the ball is definitely getting a lot more slippery as we see a few more fumbles than we did early in the first quarter. As we've been going 14 minutes in this second quarter. So the ball's thrown back up here. Ratton comes to the contest late, and it gives enough time for the Belgrave ruckman and begs to win that tap down. Now the ball is at ground level though, and a contest is being made. The umpire blows his whistle to ball this one up. So to be balled up now, Beggs Ratton goes out the back, and he's done that beautifully. If they can gather this cleanly, not quite. Oh, that was almost beautiful ruck craft there. But just as I said, the wet conditions is making it a lot more slippery. This ball to be thrown back into play here. Is it Beggs going again? Yes, so Beggs will go again. I can't. Oh, here you go. Ratton comes from the side. Always gets in. Likes to change up his positioning to get the different taps. So sometimes you can't see him, and then he just pops out of nowhere. So Ratton out, ground level, handball at the back. Can they keep it in play? Yes, they can. Now Ratton has it again and just chucks it on the boot. Tries to get some territory. Territory he gets. Now they move the ball forward here. Can they get one out the back? Here's Roy. Can he swipe off this tackle? Not quite, but handball's back to Ratton. Ratton gets the ball moving, gets it to Reese. Reese tries to get a handball away, but now Belgrave have it. Pentland is met with a strong tackle. Here's Ryan. Swipes off the tackle. Tries to get the handball moving, and then Ratton just kicks it off the ground and kicks it out on the full. Just tried to get it moving by any means necessary to Ben Ratton, but was unable to.
Hamilton, the recipient.
So Hamilton plays on, then puts the kick into the middle of the ground. Interesting kick, good body work, or is the umpire going to pay the push? Umpire paid the push. So Alex Cross will be the recipient of this free kick. So Cross decides to go wide. Is this going to be cut off? Great to spoil there by Corey Fritz as this goes over the boundary line now for a boundary throw in. Made a lot of ground up there to get in that spoil. It was a crucial one because they could have been out there.
Yep.
So the ball to be thrown back in the far side of the ground. McDermott will go up for Belgrave. Ratton, you can see, he just chucks his hand up there. He'll get there in time. The umpire throws the ball back in. He'll start from behind, but still manage to grab it out of the ruck himself. Gives the handball backwards. Now a big up and under kick. Can a mark be taken? Crichton unable to hold the mark, but looks to follow up his work. Tap, move forward. Here's Booth. Booth gets away. Back to Crichton, but he's met with a strong tackle. Handball was in trouble. Booth gets it back on the handball. Now they move it inside the forward line. Can a mark be taken? No, just falls short. But here they go. They have an opportunity to keep moving it forward here. Can they get the clean possession out? Powelltown who have it, but it's going to be balled up deep inside the forward 50 here.
So another opportunity for Belgrave. Biggs is going to go up on the ruck up against Ratton. Ratton, oh, he's been sharked. Here we go. Kick off the boot. Looks pretty good. It's just offline. Whoa. So Ryan just couldn't quite finish. 7:10:52 now Belgrave. To Powelltown at 2:1:13. 17 minutes gone into the second quarter. So Moody with the kicking duties on this occasion for the Demons. Can they go end to end? Can they cut the margin back to 33? Moody looks to go to the far side of the ground. Low trajectory ball through the hands of Ratton. He was spoiled, and it's going to be a boundary throw in on the outer side of the ground there at half-back for Powelltown. So Belgrave maybe with an opportunity to rebound. So Summers will go back up on the ruck here for the Magpies. Been pretty good in this battle up against Ben Ratton. So boundary throw in, up it goes. Ratton to the front, gets the better of the tap. Ground level ball, sorry. And another stoppage at half forward, this time for Belgrave. So it's a bit of a gridlock over there at the moment. Going to be a bit tricky, as Trent mentioned, with these wet conditions. Ratton with another hit out. Free kick for Hull, going to go Powelltown's way. So this just to break it up a bit. Ratton the recipient. Comes back into the corridor dangerously. Beggs was there to cut it off, but it slipped through his fingers. Here is Peter Booth. He can put Belgrave inside forward 50. Long kick into the pocket. Dawson flew, but he couldn't quite stick the mark. It was a bit of a tricky one and a big pack of players. Beggs, no, in fact, it's Summers. Looks pretty good off the boot. It's Summers, and he's got it. The big ruckman's nailed one, and Belgrave extend the margin to 45 points. 8:10:58 to Powelltown, 2:1:13. We'll be going 8.5 minutes into the second quarter.
He wasn't 100% sure of himself when it was flying through the air. I think he thought maybe the wind was going to take it somewhere. He waited to the very last second to celebrate. I'll give you that. But no, really well done from Belgrave just there, just applying that forward pressure. And they've been, in the last couple of minutes, much more unstoppable than they have been for the rest of the quarter.
No, exactly right. Powelltown did pretty well to sort of stop the run-on of goals in the first, but they've just started to kick away again now, so it's back in the middle once again. Summers and Ratton to do battle in the ruck. Up it goes. Ratton taps it over his head once again. Can someone run to this for Powelltown? Lucas, was he held? Umpire calls him to go. Ryan tries to handle the ground level ball. He just slaps it in front of himself. Stowe, was he taken high? Yes, he was. So the Magpies about to be inside forward 50 once again here, you would think. Stowe just loads up on that right boot. In fact, he pulls the kick a little bit and he's turned it over. Beautifully done by Kick. Been pretty good in defence for the Demons. Kick just goes short and does that pretty well on that occasion to McLaughlin. McLaughlin through the corridor, go Powelltown. Oh, he's gone over the head of Roy, though. Should be turned over. Beautifully gathered here by Morrison. Oh, he's been corralled. Beautifully done by Larson. He eventually got it away to Kavara. Kavara goes out wide and finds Fritz. Fritz should have taken the relieving mark, but he spilled it. Low trajectory ball down the line, and eventually they do get the relieving mark. The handball comes back into the corridor. Again, Belgrave inside forward 50. 2-1-1. Can Cole Nunn take the mark? No, he just slipped over at the wrong time. And now Powelltown can rebound. Moody out wide. Beautifully done. And Powelltown can slow things down.
Morrison looks quite hurt in the half-back line.
He did pull up a bit sore from that contest, didn't he? So they come back across. Here is kick. He's got an option out wide to Walker. Oh, Walker spilled the mark. Cole Nunn slaps it back into the corridor. Dawson, power. Just offline.
He's also touched off the boot, I believe.
Yep.
So Morrison's making his way off now, as we mentioned.
Yeah, okay.
So 11:59 now at Belgrave to Powelltown. 2-1-13. 20 and a half gone into the second.
Powelltown go wide and they find Ben Ratton as he takes the mark on the boundary here, trying to bring it out a defensive 50. Has a look at his options, then he's told to move the ball, then goes long down the line. The wind takes it, it's gone out of bounds from the full. So Pemberton will take this kick in and look to bring it back inside the 450 to see if they can get another goal in before the break, 1 or 2 even, as he brings it wide. A beautiful kick there to Ryan. Ryan now, short little kick to the leading Dawson, and a good strong mark there by Dawson. Already has 2.
Yep.
Lining up for number 3 here. Hands have definitely been sticky in these conditions, or if not, he's made a really good contest and hit it hard.
Yep.
So Dawson virtually directly in front, not much angle to deal with here. And the distance should not be a problem, so it's going to be how it comes off the boot.
We're sending him kick 2 for about 45, so yeah, distance definitely will not be an issue.
Dawson, in he comes now. 2 goals, 2 for the afternoon. Kick is on its way. Looks pretty good off the boot, and he's put through his third.
There we go.
Bit more of a quieter term here for Belgrave, but that's another nice settler.
52 points the difference now. 9-11-65 they are to Powelltown. 2-1-13. Nearly 22 minutes gone into this second quarter. As you mentioned, Trent, they're doing it quite nicely now. They've got a bit of a run on here in the second after Powelltown had quelled them for a little bit. So big lead here for Belgrave as we start to near the main change.
Here's a tip for people playing the forward line. Come say g'day to us and you might kick 3. I reckon that's the takeaway from this.
Yep.
Ball back in the middle of the ground. Summers and Ratton. Ball thrown up. Ratton gets the tap down to Lucas. Lucas gets it and gives a handball over the top, looking for cross. But he's met with a 2-man tackle there by Pemberton and Crichton. So now they have a look around. And the umpire throws this one back in. Ratton tap down. And it's going to be a free kick going the way here of Powelltown's Ben Ratton. So Ratton, again, has had plenty of the ball. Then decides to just chuck it on the boot and go long. Looking for Walker. Almost. Now back to Roy. Roy snap around his body. And how's it hold? Just through for a minor score. I thought he had it for a second there.
Yeah,
But
I thought
he
you were right.
couldn't put through his second goal on that occasion, Dean Roy. As they bring it wide to Belgrave. Kennemark be taken out in front by Beggs. Not quite. Pemberton's chasing after. Good pickup. But it's going to go over the... I think Pemberton was claiming another.
Yep.
He was, but it's going to be a boundary front. He pushed back like he got a free kick.
Well, I think Booth tripped over him, so he thought he got contact on the side and realised it was his own teammate.
Yeah. So the ball to be thrown back into play here. Ratton and Summers. Ratton with front position and then wins the tap down as well. Can they move the ball forward here? Powelltown. Lucas streams away, goes to Reese, unable to hold the mark just over his head. Now they can try and get out here, Belgrave, and that they do. But the kick is interesting. Trying to go the opposite foot, and it didn't quite work. Reese now, but they're going to get a free kick, Belgrave, for it in the back, and he's going to come back here to Lachlan King. Just probably didn't need to do that, McDonald.
No. So King, the recipient of the free kick at half back. Ben Ratton providing a bit of a lead. It's going to come to Ben Ratton, but it's not going to be the way he would have wanted it. Eventually, they come back into the corridor. Here is an opportunity. Cowan can put him inside forward 50. And the ball beats everyone and finds its way over. And it will be a boundary throw-in.
Just sort of skidded on, didn't bounce up for anyone. That's what's going to happen in these wet conditions.
That's it. So another stoppage, this time on the outer side of the ground at half forward for Powelltown. Looking to try and get one more before half-time. 24 and a half have elapsed in this second quarter. Up it goes. Ratton and Summers. Benny Bratton tries to grab it out of the ruck, but he spilled it just at the last moment. And now Belgrave forced the turnover, and they'll go through the corridor once again. They've been happy to attack this game. Coldon presented a good lead. Hands it off to Beggs. Beggs puts him inside forward 50, looking for Dawson. Couldn't quite stick the mark. Can he get the ground level ball under his control? No, he can't. Here is Dafter. Dafter being corralled. Dishes it off. Through the hands, though, of Walker, who tracks the ball back to the boundary line. Does he keep it in play? No. And the ball socket back in towards the corridor there by Jaden Wood. Good strong tackle was laid there by Daniel, and the umpire calls for a stoppage. Now at half forward for Belgrave, so Beggs will attend this ruck contest up against Ben Ratton. Up it goes. Benny Ratton wins the tap. Gathered here by Larson. He goes back to Ben Ratton. Now Dean Roy, long kick down the line. Can someone stick a mark here? No, they can't. Westcott couldn't quite stick it. Here is Walker. He can put him inside forward 50. Only went about 5 or 6 metres though. Westcott. Handball, a little bit errant. Walker back into the corridor dangerously, and he's turned it over. So now the ball in the hands of Corey Fritz of Belgrave. He goes out wide with a kick, looking for power. Doesn't quite hit him. He should be able to get to the bouncing ball first, though, and he does. Gathered it beautifully. Comes back towards a corridor. Here's an opportunity for Mackay, but he spilled it. And we will have another stoppage, this time on the outer side wing. So now nearly 26 minutes have elapsed in this second quarter. So nearing half time, and it's a 51-point difference the way Belgrave. And very strong in this first half. So once again up it goes. Ben Ratton up against Summers. Benny Ratton probably got the better of that one as well. Summers did well at ground level. Handballs backwards to go forwards. Now here go Belgrave. They'll be inside forward 50 once again here. Have they turned it over? No, it's through hands. No one can really gather the ground level ball. It's a bit slippery as mentioned. Picked up beautifully here by Dafter. Oh, he did well. Dan step around that man there. None. I think he thought he was going inside forward 50 for a second there and then realised not to go long.
Oh, interesting.
And yes, very interesting there by Nathan Moody. He was trying to go back to Daniel Kick and unfortunately missed him. So through for a rush behind in the end there for Belgrave. 9-12-66 they are now. To Powelltown, 2-2-14. So they've got the ball in the back pocket. Powelltown high up and under ball. Liam Pemberton will park himself underneath it, but Belgrave couldn't quite stick the mark. Ball spills to ground level once again. Opportunity here for Johnston. Ball rolls along the ground. Mackay gets it under his control, puts the Magpies inside forward 50, but he's turned it over, and the Demons can counter-attack.
The Demons now in the back defensive 50. Not long to go in this first half. 27 minutes gone in the second. Pemberton with a nice, strong intercepting mark out in front. He'll look to try and get his team one more goal before the first half break. They move it to the top of the 50, and here they go, playing on, kick towards goal. Can it be go through? Just through for a minor score for Stowe. So there was the chance. Yep. But it's gone through for a minor score. Siren not too far away. Moody to bring the ball back into play for Powelltown. So Moody now gathers the ball. Brings it back up the middle to Cowan. Cowan has a look around. Then goes up the middle of the ground as well to Roy. Roy just spills the mark but manages to gather it, but there is the half-time siren, and it is Belgrave with a convincing lead. But Powelltown can be lucky that the lead isn't much bigger, Aidan. No, you're absolutely right, Trent. 9 goals, 13 to Belgrave, so they've been a little bit inaccurate, but as you mentioned, they do still have a very handy 53-point margin going into the main change. We'll now take a look at some scores from around the grounds. Plenty of action once again in the Outer East this week. First of all, in Premier Division footy, Mount Evelyn taking on Emerald, and the scores in that game, as it stands, the Rovers 10-5-65 lead Emerald at 2-8-20. Mombolk 10-1-61 lead Hillsville 1.
Everton,
hasn't been down there as much.
He's not a high disposal getter though.
We are on the way in the second half. So Ratton and Summers once again to do battle on the ruck. Benny Ratton got the better of the tap. Here we go. Cowan can put the Demons inside forward 50. It might bounce over the top.
Couldn't put it.
Going to fall short. Royce tries to soccer it forward, and he's it's touched off the boot. Gee, it went through.
Almost got there. Shame.
Well, I think it did get there. It was just touched. So
Westcott kicked it through.
2-3.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
2-3-15 to 9-13-67. Nunn wheels around onto the right boot, gets the ball to half forward. Here's Dawson once again on the lead, and gee, he's been really good overhead today. Nathan Dawson.
That's another one. Dawson's been playing very well.
Looks inside forward 50, and he's going to back himself in.
Yeah, kickers.
And he's had the kicking boots on today, Nathan Dawson. He's already kicked 3 goals in the afternoon so far. 3 goals, 2. No, he centres the ball to half forward. Here we go. Long kick off the boot here of Johnston. And he's hit the post. So Belgrave offline as Trent's causing all sorts of havoc in the box here. I don't know what just happened there.
I just moved my foot and then bang.
Oh, I thought that was Al upstairs.
Yeah, I think it might be Al because I've looked over here and nothing's fallen over.
Maybe. Pemberton.
I thought the same thing. I thought I'd done something.
Pemberton, sorry, cross of Powelltown comes back into the corridor, and this might work out here for the Demons. Daniel turned it over though, so now Belgrave can go back the other way. Dawson again on the lead, flies over his head, but straight into the lap of Cole Nunn. Or was there a push? No, it's a push, so it's going to be a free kick to Dawson, and this will be a shot at goal, you would think.
Yeah, from here you'd think you'd back him.
So he told the umpire that he was going to line up for goal last time, and then he centred the ball, but man of the mark on about that 40 metres. Lead provided there by Crichton, I believe it was, but Nathan Dawson will line up for goal number 4. And goal number 10 for Belgrave. In he comes to make it a 59-point difference. Starts it right. It's coming back for the wind, and he's absolutely nailed it. So first goal of the second half goes away at Belgrave. Nathan Dawson's kicked his 4th. 10-14-74 of the Magpies to the Demons. 2-3-15. 2 minutes into the second quarter.
Tell you what, he was sure of it soon off the boot, but you weren't sure. You weren't getting behind him for a second. I was like, he was waiting for it, but he was very sure.
He was very sure.
We couldn't be sure from here. Look at the wind.
Oh, he allowed for it beautifully. He started it, just on the other side of that right goal post, worked it back. So anyway, the ball is back in the middle. So 59 points the difference. The biggest lead of the game for Belgrave. And they've been very good today, looking to gain some much needed percentage. They'll need to be able to do that if they want to get ahead of Alexandra on the ladder. Free kick, and it is going to go Belgrave's way. So they'll look to go inside forward 50 once again. Mitch Summers, the recipient, just dishes it off here to Pentland. Pentland kicks to about half forward. Once again looking for Dawson, but it might in fact end up with Cole Nunn. Couldn't quite gather it cleanly. And they may have just turned it over here, Belgrave. Opportunity for Daniel Moody. Was he taken high? No, and he's eventually taken over. And the ball will be thrown back into play, nearing half forward for Belgrave.
So Summers gets into position. Now, who's going up in the ruck here? Powelltown not got a ruckman?
Is there a free kick happening?
Yeah, so that's in my blind spot, guys. So you're gonna have to talk me through. I see Bratton run to the fence.
Oh no, it's a stoppage. Even though I don't. Yeah, I'm not.
Maybe they called a stoppage on the.
Okay, so Bratton probably wins that touchdown.
No,
is that gone around the full?
Yes, it did,
yep. That's real stiff.
Off the boot.
Off the boot of Cowan.
He could not believe it.
So Pemberton is going to be tucked up right on the boundary, and to put a picture this, my head is literally up against the window just so I can see properly.
Open the window, say good day.
I could probably just open it. And here we go, ball back in play here.
So Pemberton probably too far.
All right, Josh.
I just can't see, so... Pemberton now plays on, wheels around, puts it inside forward 50. Now we can close the window, and a good strong mark taken. Intercepted mark here by Powelltown.
He's had a pretty good game today, kick.
Yeah, so kick now, goes wide. Geez, Josh Cowan's giving me a bit of looks there. He was loving it.
Loved it. Very funny.
Yeah, and coming in now, they move the ball forward here, Powelltown. Here's Lucas, gets a handball over the top, and they move the ball forward here through Cross. Cross gets it over the top. Now they move it even more forward. Here's a good opportunity here. Kick inside the forward 50. It's a good check kick there too. Finding into the hands of Satchel. Satchel now puts a long kick inside the forward 50. No mark can be taken. Where's the Crummers? Here's Walker trying to bust his way through. Pick it up at ground level. Unable to get a boot to the ball. And it's going to be a holding the ball free kick going the way of Belgrave. So they can look to bring the ball back here for King. Waste no time putting boot to the ball, and it's a decent looking kick and a really strong mark taken out in front there, and they waste no time playing on. Long kick into the Dawson direction. Did he get a nudge in the back? Umpire says play on. Pemberton's out on his own. Pemberton puts it over the top. They've got power over the top. How's the bounce going to sit for him? Does keep it in and snaps it around his body. How's it sit? Out of bounds on the full.
There was a bit of a celebration there for a second.
Yeah, that's why. I thought it was missing, but then I heard the...
So keep the recipient of the free kick in the back pocket. Looks at long options down the line. That's where he goes. Ben Ratton provides a lead, but he's in a 2-on-1 and he couldn't win it. Ball spills to ground level. Coming across to provide a hand was Cowan. He's taken in a tackle straight away by King. It's going to be a stoppage on the outer side of the ground. Still at about half forward for Belgrave, so they're winning the territory battle once again to the Magpies. If you're just tuning in, they've got a 59-point lead at the moment, 10-14-74 to 2-3-15. But here go Powelltown. Long kick coming off the boot there of that man Cross. He can put them inside forward 50. They force a turnover once again, though, Belgrave. Eventually, ball comes into the hands of Morrison, but he slipped over at the inopportune time. And he's penalised for holding the ball, so here's an opportunity for Powelltown. And it might even be a kick for goal. So chance here for the Demons, and it is going to be Dean Roy, who's already kicked 1 goal in the afternoon. This for his second, and this to get it back to 53 points. So as BT would say, he's got to start it. Well, actually not inside the left goal post. He's got to start it probably outside with the wind. So Dean Roy, can he get something going here for Powelltown? Can he get some life kicked into this game? In he comes from about 40 metres. Distance not a problem. And he's got it,
Umpy didn't move.
Yes, he has. He's absolutely nailed it, Dean Roy. His second goal for the afternoon. Powelltown's third. 3-3-21 to the Demons to Belgrave 10-14-74. We'll be going nearly 7 minutes into the third quarter.
Beautiful kick off the boot there.
It really was. Read the wind well.
Yep.
And that's all you can ask for.
Yep. Well, it's been a tricky wind to deal with today. As we've seen, it's been quite strong, but Dean Roy allowed for it beautifully, and he gets Powelltown's third goals. The ball comes back into the middle of the ground. So can they get back-to-back goals here, Powelltown? Can they just start to, just chip away at this lead? As you said, Adam, in the first quarter, it's all about that first step, and they've been able to get that. Can they do it again? So Ratton wins the tap. Ball comes to ground level straight away, and it's not going anywhere, and plenty of players come in from both sides. Eventually, it does find its way out. Prismich with an opportunity. But here go Powelltown once again. Cross got the handle away just in time. It was Larson, in fact. But now Belgrave have forced a turnover. They go back the other way. Prismich did beautifully. Danced around one. Dishes off to Summers. Nearly ran into a brick wall. But he gets the kick away on the left. Puts him inside forward 50. Dawson in a 1-on-1.
Big going on behind the play.
Yeah, it really is. So Cross and I believe it's Pentland. You were having a bit of remonstration with each other.
Yep. And it is going to be a free kick to Powelltown in all of that.
Ooh.
So Cross with ball in hand. I think looking for Daniel. No, he's looking for Rees. In fact, on the outer side in a 1-on-1. Got front position, couldn't stick the mark, but Daniel did beautifully at ground level. Now he does dish off to Rees. He dishes off as well. They're inside forward 50 now, Powelltown. Rees once again. Was he held? He appealed for it, but the umpire not going to give him anything. Now Belgrave try to go back the other way. Picked up by Cravar at ground level. Free kick for Holds. Going to go the Magpies' way. And it will come back to Summers, yep. I thought it was going to go to Kavara, but it was Summers, in fact. And he's got to take his kick again. Didn't get behind the man of the mark. Summers assesses the options down the line, looks into the corridor, and I think that's where he's going to go. Yep. High up and under ball. Dawson will fly. Oh, he's nearly taken the mark. Just slipped over, and he's a bit sore here too, Nathan Dawson. He might have just fallen on the cricket pitch, which is never a comfortable experience at all. Here's an opportunity for Dean Roy. Will wheel around to the right boot. Into the pocket, but he's turned it over, and Belgrave can counter-attack. Here is Kavara, dishes off. They'll look to come to the outer side of the ground. Will the Magpies? Good strong mark is taken, and here they go. Just couldn't quite get the ball under his control, though. King, he just lost the ball with the bounce. Ball heads towards the outer side of the ground. Now it's picked up at ground level by Peter Booth, but he's taken on the tackle straight away. Now they get the ball to about half forward. Maybe Crichton, no. And again, Powelltown force a turnover. Through the corridor they go. No mark can be taken. Ball comes to the broadcast side of the ground now. Ryan eventually gets the ball in his control. Not Ryan, sorry, it was Daniel. Ratton, handball over the top, but he's turned it over. Summers, Belgrave look to go back the other way. Prismich tries to dance around a couple. Taking on the tackles, that holding the ball. Yes, it is.
So it'll be a free kick coming back the way of Powelltown. A good tackle laid there. So look to bring the ball, move the ball up the ground. Great tackle by Fletcher Daniel. Or as Aiden and Adam like to call him, Daniel Fletcher.
Daniel Fletcher.
Yep. So Daniel now down the line. Kinamar taking out in front. Westcott there, unable to hold the mark. And now here go Powelltown looking to move the ball forward. Is that out of bounds? I think it was. And the umpire's blowing his whistle. And it'll be a ball in there. Just outside the forward 50 of Powelltown. They've had a bit, been better this second half to start with. Where we're going 10 and a half minutes.
10 minutes.
10 minutes. And yeah, they've had a down their end a fair bit, in my opinion.
Yeah, a little bit more this quarter.
So now Ratton and Summers, they try and fight from position. Ratton gets the tap down and then gets it at ground level as well. Gets a handball moving full, but Pentland lays a strong tackle, stopping Powelltown's Cowan in his tracks. So now the ball to be balled up here. Ratton, Summers. Ratton gets the tap down, then Summers gets it on the second tap down. Here's Wood, gets around one tackle, second one just gets around King, moves the ball forward. Here they go, Stowe, handball over the top. But here goes Powelltown. Cowan breaks through that tackle and gets the ball moving to the teammate and Dafter. But now they've got it back to Belgrave. Pentland met with a strong tackle, just gets his handball away. Summers at ground level, did really well with the quick hands. Now they can move the ball forward. Does it stay in play? Not quite. So it's going to be a throw in just beside us, really. Did anyone hear the crack on that effects mic? Because I saw one of his jumpers. There you go.
No, that wasn't the effects. That was Adam. So he's doing something. I'm not quite sure.
I moved the microphone away from my mouth because I thought I was going to sneeze, and then I was just stuck in that weird brain fuzz pre-sneeze situation.
Ratton wins the tap down, but here goes Stowe for Belgrave, but he's got a strong talent. Cowan breaks away from the stoppage, then puts it inside the forward 50, but a nice intercepted mark, so Belgrave now can move it forward. They waste no time moving it to put it in the Nunn direction. How's the bounce going to sit for him? Beautiful pickup, then gives it off to his runners. Now they can go forward more. Tackle broken. How far? The umpire says play on. Now Pemberton, but they put it inside the forward line, and it's just through for a minor score.
Yep.
Who do you kick that? Was that Summers?
No, it's Beggs.
Oh,
they both had the orange boots, so I just automatically went Pemberton. But now Powelltown to bring the ball back in, but this is going to be cut off by Prismic. Prismic wastes no time putting it into the power direction, but it's over his head.
Ooh.
And kick goes wide. And now they build this one up. Can they get it moving? They've had it down there in pretty much, but not enough conversion is going up there and there into the ground. So Ratton at centre half back. Goes wide to Cross. Ratton again calls for it in the middle of the ground. But Cross has a look at his options, and he's probably just going to go long down the line, high up and under. Walker's going to park himself underneath this one. Can a mark be taken? Walker nearly on the third grab, had it. But here they go, they move forward. Cowan breaks away. Handball off to Roy. Can he put through number 3? Banana! Offline.
Oh.
And through for a minor score.
So just missed out the opportunity there, Dean Roy. 2 goals, 2 years now for the afternoon. 3-4-22 of Powelltown, so back to 53 points the difference. As Belgrave look to bring the ball back into play. They bring it to the far side of the ground. Kyle Nutter's there, free kick for a hold. I think this is going to go Belgrave's way. It is. So they can continue to press the Magpies. I think Beggs the recipient. Assesses the options down the line. Brings it back into the corridor to about half-forward. Here's Dawson on the lead, and he's taken a good strong mark, and he's within range. He'll go back.
Absolutely he is.
And have a kick for goal. He's already got 4 goals on the afternoon. This for goal number 5. Nathan Dawson from directly in front. Kick of closer to 50 metres required, but he's shown us today he's definitely got the leg. And he's had the kicking boots on, it has to be said. 4 goals, 2 years so far. This to put it back out to 59 points the difference. We're going 13 and a half minutes into this third quarter. Dawson, in he comes. Distance not a problem. Just offline. Just didn't quite get the kick working with the wind on that occasion. So 4 goals, 3 now is Nathan Dawson. 10-16, 76. Belgrave back out to a 54-point difference. So Powelltown with the ball in the back pocket. And long down the line they go. Big flies needed here for Walker. Couldn't quite get to the front position, and now Belgrave are forced the turnover. Long kick off the booty of Wood. He puts Belgrave inside forward 50. Dawson came up to meet it. Eventually gathers the ground level ball, Nathan Dawson, but he spilled it at the last moment. Now he's being corralled. He gets the handball away just in time. They bring it to the broadcast wing. Here is Chris Westcott. Gets the handball away just in time. Back to Jaden Wood. Wood will put the Magpies back inside forward 50, looking for Summers, who's the deepest forward. Powelltown, though, forced the interception. Ball comes back the other way, and the mark is taken beautifully done again by Jaden Wood. Centres the ball back in towards the corridor. Can the mark be taken here? Yes, it can. Will this be a kick for goal? No, probably not. Or maybe it will be. No, it's just going to fall short. I think Summers is there, but it's fisted over the line and through for another behind. A rush behind this time for Belgrave. So 10-17, 77 they are to Powelltown. 3-4-22. 15 minutes gone into this third quarter it is.
He gave it a fair ride, that one.
He did. Just fell short. Moody into the back pocket. So can Powelltown exit this defensive 50 this time? Low trajectory ball. Probably not. It's going to come back for Belgrave. Flying shot for goal. It's straightening up.
Just got a hand on it.
Well done kick. Didn't allow that ball to go through for a goal. So 10-18, 78 now. Belgrave to Powelltown. 3-4-22. 15 and a half gone into the third.
So now nearly a turnover being created there. Yeah, as the umpire see it. The crowd and the players getting amongst it now, but the umpire disagrees and he's going to ball it up. So McDermott to go up for Belgrave. It looks like Ratton will still go. They get the tap down. Was Ratton. Now ground level. No clear winner being won for the ball at the ground level, but a handball tries to make its way out. Pemberton busts his way through, manages to get a handball out in the Beggs direction. But Powelltown now with the numbers at the ground level, and the umpire's going to blow his whistle because he realises it's not going anywhere. So he's going to try and reset play here to get the ball moving. Ratton and McDermott will go at it again. Ball's thrown up and Ratton just grabs it out of the ruck and tries to get through the McDermott tackle. Just manages to do it. Handballs it backwards. Here's Dawson though. Gives the handball off to the running player and they put it straight through. Coming off the boot there, Kavara.
Stuck up from defence, Trent.
Just not a handball that they really needed to do. I understand what Ratton was doing, but he probably didn't need to grab it out of the ruck and handball backwards like that because it just gave away a goal in the end.
Exactly right, and now it's the new big sort of the game.
So that being said, though, like maybe not the rock call in that situation, but you have to do something to get the ball moving because it wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
You can tell the ground's still a little bit slippery because people have been struggling to stop and struggling to go because you see a couple of players slipping over here and there. So I wonder if you just wanted to get it going and almost deal with the consequences later.
This ball's thrown up now. Ratton tries again to grab it out of the ruck. McDermott puts up a good fight, but Ratton lays a strong tackle afterwards. There's going to be a ball up now. Still in the middle of the ground, right near the cricket pitch.
Yep.
So the ball's thrown up. Ratton pushes his way through again, grabs out his ruck, handballs again, and again turns it over. So now they can go forward through the boot of Wood. Can Amar be taken? Not quite. It's punched out, but there's a whistle being blown. High contact free kick going the way of Powelltown. And you hear the shouts of boos.
Right in front of the Belgrave pocket.
So Powelltown will get the free kick here. Now they opt to go wide down the line. Can a mark be taken? Ooh. Not quite. Good contest being made. Ratton dives on the ball and finds its way out. Wood tries to go in and get it, but he's bumped off the ball. Here's Stowe. Handball at the back. Now they would move the ball forward. Can McDermott get there? Bounce doesn't favour him. Cross tries to pick it up at ground level. Misses it. Pemberton, clean hands. Gets it out wide. They put it in the Dawson direction. Just over his head. Here's Kyle Nunn. Stuff around his body. Nunn! That's two beautiful goals from Kyle Nunn. Jeez, he's crafty.
Absolutely, he is. That's fantastic stuff. Around the corner, straight on the boot, and he loved it as soon as it came off. The big double flex.
And Trent's dropped the J-bomb again. Week after week, Steph tells him not to do it, and he just keeps defying her. Oh,
That's all right. Some things deserve it, and he's kicked two incredible goals today.
So 12-18-90 now, a Belgrave to Powelltown. 3-4-22. It's a 68-point difference. Cole done with his second goal. Let's wait for the ball to come back into the middle. So can they keep piling on the pain here, Belgrave? Can Powelltown cut the margin down a bit? We'll find out in a couple of moments. The ball's about to be balled up once again in the middle of the ground. Up it goes. So Walker up in the ruck this time for Powelltown, and Belgrave look to try and win this centre clearance, but Larson's got ball in hand for the Demons. He's taken in the tackle straight away. And it will be a stoppage in the middle of the ground, just forward to centre for Belgrave. So 19 minutes gone in this third quarter. Up it goes once again. Ball comes to ground level. Maybe an opportunity here for that man Cross. So another stoppage. Nearing half forward now for Belgrave. Tap back the other way, but it was intercepted by King. Picked up, though, by Cowan. Got it away to Lucas. High up and under ball down the line looking for Dobson, but it goes beyond him. But a good mark at no. Nearly good mark taken by Nearly. Just spilled it at the last moment. So Bandery throw in close to half forward here now for Powelltown. So they've gained a bit of meterage. Can they make something of it? Got Dean Roy down there at full forward. What can they manufacture here from the stoppage? Just wait for the umpire to throw the ball back in. Up it goes. So going from the ruck this time is Cochrane of Powelltown. Belgrave, though, look to have forced an interception, but maybe an opportunity here for McLaughlin, though. Beautifully picked up by Beggs of Belgrave. So now the Magpies can go inside forward 50 once again. Here is Dawson. Oh, he couldn't quite stick the mark. Can he get the ground level ball? No, he can't. Or maybe he can. It got away from him, and then it was tapped straight back into his lap, and he was tackled. And it will be a stoppage inside forward 50 for Belgrave. So the umpire will throw the ball off once again. Summers wins the tap. Huge numbers around the ball. Powelltown with ball in hand for the moment. Walker gets a kick away for the moment. Didn't go the required 15 metres. And we'll have another stoppage in the forward 50 of Belgrave, who are really starting to get motoring now. Late in this third quarter, 20 and a half have elapsed. So the umpire will throw the ball aloft once again. Up it goes. Ben Ratton back in the ruck here for Powelltown. He's done that beautifully. So now the Demons connects to their defensive. Oh, 50, but Liam Lucas taken in the tackle. It's holding the ball. And Belgrave about to be inside forward 50 once again. Opportunity for Crichton. Crichton got a couple of players presenting a lead. Comes back into the corridor looking for Fritz, who just got the mark in the end. Reese provided some pressure, but Fritz held strong. Puts him inside forward 50. Beautiful kick. And he's found Power, who's only kicked a couple of behinds on the day. He is their leading goal kicker this season, so he will get a good opportunity here. And if he kicks truly here, it will be a 74-point lead for Belgrave. So Nathan Power, nearly 21 and a half gone in this third quarter. And Belgrave have really kicked away from Powelltown. Can he keep this avalanche of goals continuing? In he comes. Kick of only about 40 metres required. Nathan Power looks pretty good off the boot, and he's put it straight over the goal umpire's cap. Power's got his first for the afternoon, and Belgrave extend the margin to 74 points, 13-18-96 to Powelltown 3-4-22. We've begun nearly 22 minutes into the third quarter.
It's a pretty dominant display from Belgrave. They've really turned it on in this quarter after being held to only a couple of goals in that second quarter. At the start of that second quarter, they got away towards the end, but doing really well to just put the pressure right back on and just keep extending their margin.
Most certainly, Adam.
So Ratton and Summers to go at it again. Ratton tapped down, then tries to follow up his work. Ball at the bottom now. Can they get a handball moving forward? Here's Pemberton again. He has two this afternoon. Looks to try and put through number 3. And he's got it! Too early in the first quarter, and he put through his third late in the third.
Wow.
What a performance by the skipper, Liam Pemberton, so far. Best on ground, in my opinion.
Yeah, he'd be right up there, Trent. Make that 80 points the difference now.
He's just been, I often say, he's known for his contested ball and just puts his head over everything, heart and soul of this team. But 3 goals is not something you normally see. So what a performance here by Pemberton, standing up when his club needs to make a big step towards finals. Every win matters now for this late in the season. They can't drop one. A handball at the back. They go again, do Belgrave. And they move it forward. Kavara then comes wide looking for Booth. How's it going to sit? Yes, fine. Booth takes a nice overhead mark. Pushes off his mark now. Has a look down the line and then decides to go down there looking for Dawson. Bodywork is beautiful. Now, can he grab it? Yes, he can. He almost one-handed, but Prismic gets it at ground level, puts it inside the four-line. McDermott's down there. Can he hold the mark? Not quite. Nunn's in the vicinity. Can he lay the strong tackle? Yes, he does. Umpire says he got rid of that correctly. Banks is going to park himself underneath it, so is Dawson, but drops the chest mark. He's asking for a bit of talk, I think, there. But it's just going to be a boundary throw in here for Ratton and Summers. And you see how far back Summers is starting from Ratton.
Yeah.
He wants to get the nice run up before he engages contact, and it works out well. Gets a tap down looking for Prismic, but Cowan bursts his way through the stoppage. The nice short kick up the middle of the ground. Can they keep the ball moving here? Turn around straight away over the head of Roy. Kick wasn't correct there. So now they come wide looking for Summers, and he holds it nicely. They use their runners, and here they go up the middle of the ground. They go wide to Pemberton. Has 3, as I mentioned. Is he going to go for goal?
Just go.
He kind of did. I think he was caught in 2 minds, putting it to the top of the square, all going for goal. And in the end, he puts through his first behind of the afternoon.
Yeah, just didn't get the wind to draw the ball back for him.
Great ball by Dawson there. They tried to come out, move the ball quickly to Ben Ratton, but Dawson comes in and cuts it off and just aggressively punches it over the line. Good afternoon by Dawson. 4 goals, 3. Been in everything. Marking, whether it's at ground level, just bashing packs. So the ball thrown back in. Ratton again with the tap down, but here's Booth. Handball at the top to skip it Pemberton. Pemberton gets the ball back to Pentland. Pentland puts it inside the Dawson direction. Dust doesn't quite get in, gets it on the half volley, gives it back to Pemberton, but then stands in his way because he falls over. So Pemberton couldn't run around him because he slipped over, and he's like, where am I running to? Because I'm that close to the boundary line. Where am I supposed to go?
Dear oh dear. So Mandry throwing inside the forward 50 of Belgrave. 81 points adrift they are now. Powelltown 14-9 and 103 to 3-4-22. Power and Ratton, Summers and Ratton, in fact, to do battle in the ruck. Summers wanted a holding free kick. Prismic centres the ball, and he's found a man inside forward 50. Beautifully done. And they're going to get another look. It is Nathan Power.
Yeah.
From directly in front, only about 15 metres out. This to make it an 87-point difference. So he just kicked his first goal moments ago, Nathan Power, and he's going to get another look. And they've really started to pile it on in this third quarter. 26 minutes have elapsed. In comes Nathan Power to extend the lead late in the third quarter. And he makes absolutely no mistake. 15-9 and 109 Belgrave. to Powelltown. 3-4-22. 26 minutes have gone into the third quarter. And Belgrave continue to kick away.
Yeah, it was really well done. Just a simple mark in front of goal. Got rid of his defender. His defender was on the floor about 10 metres behind him.
Yep.
Who kicked it in? Was it
Prismic?
Prismic? Yeah, Prismic.
Yep.
It was pretty simple in the end, really, wasn't it?
I was well done by Prismic, though. He could have blazed away, but he just lowered his eyes and he found Power. He's in a really good position there and took the mark and went back and kicked the goal. So he's got 2 goals now in the afternoon, does Nathan Power. So it's back in the middle once again. Summers and Ratton. Ratton got the better of the tap, tried to get down to his coach there in Cowan. Was he held? Yes, he was. And umpire's right there to spot that one. So Josh Cowan, he can put Powelltown inside forward 50, looking for Roy, but guess who? Chris Westcott, the intercept king, and he goes out wide for Belgrave. Good kick it was as well. Into the hands of Stowe. Stowe comes back into the corridor. Oh, gee, couple of nervous moments here, though, for the Magpies. But Ryan gets the Jets on. Here we go. He has a bounce. He can put Belgrave inside forward 50. Off to Beggs. Beggs dishes off as well. Kick towards goal. Looks pretty good. And a throw.
On the siren.
They've got one right on the three-quarter time siren. Jaden Wood has nailed it. It is a 93-point difference here at Belgrave Recreation Reserve. 16-9 and 115 the Magpies to Powelltown. 3-4-22. Beautifully done there by Belgrave. They go end to end and they get one last goal before the three-quarter time siren.
Oh, that's just them flexing their muscles, Rob.
Yep.
And you think.org.au or talk to your healthcare professional.
The Outer East Football and Netball Match of the Day on Yarra Valley FM 99.1.
Yarra Valley FM 99.1.
Football
And netball.
Yarra Valley FM is proud to be the official broadcaster of the Outer East Football and Netball. Yarra Valley FM 99.1 is football.
To Belgrave Recreation Reserve. We are actually underway already in the last quarter. It was a bit of a short three-quarter time break. They've caught us by surprise, but it is inside the forward 50 of Belgrave at the moment. Picked up here at ground level by Colnum. Beautifully done. Got it back to Crichton. Crichton, long kick to the top of the square. Can the mark be taken? No, not quite. Where are the Crummers at ground level? None forthcoming for Belgrave, and it'll be a stoppage. Only about 10 metres out from goal. Gee, the umpires just snuck up on us, Trent. The amount of times they rock up late in game day and then they do that to us. Just start the game before we're even ready. Unbelievable. Moody tracks the ball towards the boundary line. It's turned over, though, picked up by Nunn, but he couldn't keep the ball in play and it'll be thrown back into play.
Running too fast for his own good there.
Yep. So another stoppage inside the forward 50 of Belgrave. Boundary throw in, up it goes. Ratton in the right. Nunn dishes off to Ryan, centres the ball, and the mark is taken. So Powelltown get a reprieve in defence. Well read there on that occasion by Cochrane. Cochrane assesses the options down the line. Ratton sort of directs the troops a little bit, and that's where he decides to go to Benny Ratton, but he couldn't take the mark. Crichton spilled it out the back. Here's an opportunity for Wood. He kicked a goal in the three-quarter time siren. He's had a ping there, but he's missed. Well and truly offline, so 94 points the difference it is now. 16-20, 116 at Belgrave. To Powelltown at 3-4-22, so one more goal for the Magpies will make it an even 100 points. So the Demons exit their defensive 50. Reese flies in from the side but couldn't take the mark. Good strong tackle is laid by Kavara. And we'll have another stoppage. And a couple of Powelltown players have pulled up a bit sore there. Liam Lucas and Max Reese notably. So another stoppage. Up it goes. Ratton just grabs the ball out of the ruck, puts a stiff arm on as well, dishes off to Larson, but Larson couldn't take it cleanly and the ball trickles over the boundary line and will be thrown back into play. So another stoppage. Powelltown gaining a little bit of ground, but not too much. So another stoppage. Had plenty of those already in this last quarter. Up it goes. Ratton just gets rid of Summers, grabs the ball out of the ruck, comes back into the corridor, can Reese. Oh no, the ball bounced away from him. Beautifully gathered by Kavara. Dishes off beautifully to Crichton. Crichton could put Belgrave inside forward 50. Looking for Dawson and a one-on-one. He's got it. No, was it touched? Umpire calls him to go.
Oh, he's not happy either.
Dishes off to Cole now, but Nunn couldn't take the ball cleanly. And it's a ball up, is it?
I was going to say, I don't know. He stuck the arm out, but I don't know if he was just pointing at someone or...
Yep.
Must have been.
So the ball will be thrown up deep inside the forward line here for Belgrave. Ratton and Beggs. Ratton just grabs out his ruck, then runs away, then puts the boot on the ball. But it's all Belgrave numbers here. Hamilton parks himself underneath it. Has plenty of time to compose himself too. Puts it inside the forward line, and a beautiful, beautiful kick going into the hands of Daniel Ryan.
Fantastic.
So Daniel Ryan will line up here. Hasn't kicked one this afternoon yet. So this is the chance to line up for his first goal. So Ryan, slight angle, but not much of an angle. But looks like he's going to wheel around. Not convinced with the distance, but I don't know why, because he's got it comfortably, but it's hit the post.
Oh.
So Ryan unable to put through his first goal, smashes it into the post, and now they go wide. Is Wood going to cut this off? They look for Ratton, and Wood puts in the spoil, and this one is going to go out in the full. Yes, it is. Who's going to take the kick? Summers is. So Summers now has a look, then goes short into the pocket. Excuse me, as they move the ball. Here, Powelltown, gather it though, get a handball at the back. Now Ratton goes long with a handball to the goal square. Power gathers it. How do you get rid of the umpire says play on? Ratton with a handball again over the top. But here's none. Just gets his handball away. Gets it to Dawson for number 5. Dawson! Hit the belly of the ball and put it out on the full and nearly takes the car out on the way through.
Oh dear.
So now they'll have to bring the ball back in through Ratton. We'll add another disposal to his name.
Yep.
How many do you reckon he's at, boys? We know he's a big...
Heaps.
Yeah, he's had a bit of it today. He'd be at least in the 30s, I reckon.
Yeah, he's got to be.
Well, he's averaging 41.
Yep.
So...
Oh, exactly right.
It's no unknown feat for him to be gathering plenty of the ball. So Ratton, I'd imagine he's just... The umpire's just setting him right on his line. I imagine he's just going to go long down the line. That's exactly where he's going to go. Walker is there. Can they get it out the back here? Walker now gathers it at ground level, then gets the handball out, but it's turned over to Beggs. Beggs just gets his kick away in time. Wood picks it up at the ground level, spins around, but spins around out of bounds, and it'll be thrown back in right beside us here.
So Boundary's throwing right in front of our broadcast position, as Trent just mentioned. So I imagine it'll be Ratton and Summers to do battle on the ruck once again. So 5 minutes into this last quarter, no goals kicked as of yet. Just a couple of behinds for Belgrave. Up it goes. Ratton to the front, wins the tap, but into the face there of Daniel Ryan. He couldn't take the ball cleanly. Ratton wraps up Wood and wins himself a free kick for holding the ball. So Benny Ratton, he's got Dobson down the line. His kick's fallen a bit short of him as well. Beautifully done here by Pentland. Gathers the ball, goes for a run, puts Belgrave inside forward 50, looking for none, but just fell short of him. Mark nearly taken here, but Powelltown eventually force a turnover and they can go back the other way. Walker provides a lead, but the ball spins away from him and trickles over the line and it'll be thrown back in. Nearing half forward for Powelltown, so maybe an opportunity here for the Demons to just cut into the margin a bit. Summers will go up on the ruck here for the Demons. Oh, sorry, for Belgrave, in fact, and Benny Ratton will get across for Powelltown. Parked on the wing, if that sort of happened to you. Here we go.
Oh, no, it's hit the fence on the way.
Fun fact about Aaron Crichton, earlier this year, just a couple of months ago, ran an Ironman.
There we go.
Did he really?
Yeah, completed an Ironman down in Geelong.
There we go. Dobson dishes off to Ratton. Benny Ratton puts Powelltown inside forward 50. Can someone take a mark here for the Demons? No, ball spills to ground level. Here we go. Dean Roy already kicked 2 goals in the afternoon. Centres the ball. Good strong tackle laid though by Fritz. No.
High tackle.
High tackle, so Powelltown will get a look at goal here. Jacob Neal, the recipient of the free kick from directly in front, only about 10 metres out.
They can't believe it either.
So Jacob Neal, this for Powelltown's 4th goal. And just to eat into the margin a bit. Jacob Neal, just the one behind. It was a soccer off the ground into the post. Should have no troubles from here. And he puts it straight over the goal umpire's cap. So Powelltown get the first goal of the last quarter. Back to 89 points the difference. 4-4-28 the Demons to the Magpies. 16-21, 117. 7.5 gone to the last quarter.
Good to see they're not going down without a fight.
Exactly. Yeah, I was just going to say, is this, like, if they kick the first goal in all of the, except bar the first? Are they in the first and the second, third and fourth?
I think they might have got the first in the second.
Yeah.
But not too sure about the third quarter. But
I
think they definitely got the first in the second and definitely the first in the last as well.
I don't know. Just fun mention.
So ball back in the middle. Summers and Ratton.
Oh,
that wing just got really heavy.
It got really loud.
Prayers out to Al on the top there.
Yep.
Now it goes. They get it in and they move it forward. Here do Belgrave. Now they try and move it. Pemberton tries to go off the ground, but pretty much overruns it. Looking for number 4 is Pemberton, but he's met with a strong tackle and stopped him in his tracks. And it's going to be a ball up. And he's a bit slow to get up too, Pemberton. Just might grab the binoculars out and have a look here.
Is he grabbing his face?
No, looks like he's fine.
Oh.
Yeah, he's just grabbing his head. The umpire stopped play for like 3 seconds and realised, he's up now, so I had to resume the play there. So now Dawson out of the mid-air, unable to get it going. It was partially smothered. McDermott's down there, but it's going to be rushed over the boundary line for a minor score for Belgrave.
There we go. Also news out of that Warburton and Wesburn versus Thornton Eldon game. Scarlett Henderson did kick her 50th goal for the season. She's the first women's player in Outer East football netball to kick 50 goals in a season. She broke the record 2 weeks ago, getting to 47, and now she's the first to get to 50.
Great achievement, that one. As our Powelltown look to move the ball here through Dafter. Tucked up on the boundary. So Dafter, kick down the line, looking for Cowan. Pemberton comes in from the side. Westcott with the spoil, but here's Moody. Moody comes up the middle of the ground. Neat looking kick to Neil, but just over his head. But they've got it out the back here. Kick inside the forward line, looking for Roy. Just past Roy. Chasing after it is Fritz. Can he get it in his possession? Yes, he can. Fritz just outruns a lunging Roy. Now they come wide, and nicely done finding Mackay. Mackay goes down the line to Westcott. Westcott pushes off the mark now. Summers asks for the hands. Didn't get it, so Westcott just goes short. I think he kicked a bit of turf up on the way through there. You saw the dirt kick up, so it didn't go as far as he would have liked to. But here's a battle, Pemberton versus Ratton.
Yep.
Two people that have found plenty of the ball today, and I know aren't going to go down without a fight. So now the ball to be balled up here. Ratton, Summers. Ratton tapped down to Cowan. Crichton comes in, but he shrugs off that tackle, just Cowan. And the umpire blows his whistle to throw this one up. So again, it'll be Summers and Ratton. Ratton just pushes him out of the way, then grabs out his ruck, gets a handball to Lucas. Lucas gets it over the top and gets it back too. Now puts it down the line, but he's bumped on the ball. Pemberton meets the fence too, but he seems to be all right. Now they get the ball moving. They've got it back here. Is that out of bounds? Yes, it is. Guarantee he was that close to that. He would have heard me call that too.
Yeah, probably did. He looked a bit knackered when he came off the fence, if I'm honest.
Yeah. So now the ball to be thrown in. McDermott to go up against Walker this time. So two different ruckmen. As the ball's thrown up, Big Terry gets it down. Now they move it forward. Tackle laid by Cowan, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. So the umpire blows his whistle. Good tackle, Cowan on Hamilton.
So stoppage at half forward here for Powelltown. Got the only goal of the last quarter so far. Walker in the ruck this time, but he couldn't win the tap. Here is Dobson. So too Kavara of Belgrave. Pemberton gets a kick out of the pack. Till 1-1. Ben Ratton tracks the ball towards a
an
boundary line.
international service network of men and women.
And it will be thrown it back into play on the broadcast wing. So Ben Ratton will once again contest the ruck. So once again, boundary throw in, broadcast side of the ground. Up it goes. Benny Ratton gets front position, wins the tap, but the ball straight back over the boundary line and will be thrown back into play. So 90 points separates the two sides in the match of the round. 16-20 to 118 to 4-4-28. Here we go. Up it goes. Benny Ratton wins the hit out. Through hands. Picked up a ground level here by Benny Ratton. Got it away to Cowan. Cowan dishes off just in time to Moody. Moody puts Powelltown inside forward 50. But here he is once again. The intercept king, Chris Westcott. Makes absolutely no mistake. Kick up the middle of the ground is a good one to Prismich. Prismich dishes off to Fritz. Fritz gets the ball to about half forward. Here's Dawson on the lead and he's got it. And Nathan Dawson... No, he won't have a kick at goal. He centres it beautifully done to Mackay. Mackay couldn't stick the mark. Should be able to get the ground level ball. No good defensive work here by the Demons, but they turn it over. Maybe a chance here for Beggs if he can gather it. No, he can't. Good pressure provided there on that occasion by Walker.
A bit of push and shove behind the footy between Moody and Mackay.
Stoppage inside the forward 50 of Belgrave. Up it goes once again. Ball comes to ground level. Here's Kavara is snuck forward. Ball up the corridor here for the Demons, but they've turned it over once again. Beautifully done on that occasion by McDermott. Here is Westcott. Handball over the top. McDermott couldn't gather it cleanly, but none could. And he dishes off to Crichton. Crichton puts him inside forward 50, looking for Dawson again, but no. It's that man Kick, who's been pretty good today. Goes out wide with a kick, and it won't be out of bounds on the full, but it is through the hands of Cross, and will be thrown back into play.
Pemberton again, try to claim it.
Yep. Yeah, it would have been touch and go, but we'll back the boundary umpire in. He's right there, so another stoppage at half forward here for Belgrave. Up it goes. Benny Ratton wrestles his way out of the front, and he might have won himself a free kick here for a hold. Does he know he's given one away? So McDermott will receive a free kick. Won't have a look at goal. Looks for Dawson on the lead. Dawson's got it. And he can line up for goal number 5. He's had a pretty good day today. He'll line them up from directly in front, about 35 metres out. 4 goals, 3 years on the afternoon. So looking for a bag, and this to get it back out to a 96-point difference. And they haven't kicked a goal yet in this last quarter, Belgrave, and we've already had 14 minutes go in the last, so they'd love to see one here. Nathan Dawson, in he comes. Had a pretty good afternoon so far. And he's made it a very good afternoon. He's kicked his 5th goal. 5 goals, 3 for Nathan Dawson. Belgrave, 17-22, 124. Lead Powelltown, 4-4-28. We'll be going 14 minutes into the last quarter.
Yeah, just putting on a clinic, Belgrave are at the moment.
Yep.
Same with Nathan Dawson. So that's 5 goals for the number 5.
It most certainly is. Adams went for the ball to come back into the middle. So Belgrave, can they make it a 100-point victory? We did talk about percentage being important to really try and catch up with Alexandra.
So ball back in the middle now. Waiting for the umpire to get in position to throw this one up. Now as the ball's thrown back up, McDermott's going to come in for Belgrave for the ruck tap. Ratton gets the tap down for Powelltown. Now Cowan with ball in hand, then puts it inside the forward line over the head of everyone, but taking a mark out the back is Hamilton. Hamilton decides to switch the play, and it's a neat looking kick to Mackay, who gathers it, then plays on, gets the handball over the top to Fritz. Great gather by Fritz. I thought it might have just gone past him, but he does well to gather it. Now they can keep the ball moving here. They get it to King. King works his way around that one. Now they move the ball forward. Here they go, back inside the forward line. Dawson! We'll have a chance to line up for number 6.
Yep.
Marks out his mark and goes, geez, I can kick this with ease, can't I?
Yep. No.
It's got the distance in the bag.
Definitely.
Now it's just about how he goes through with it. Hasn't been the most accurate afternoon for him. So it's all going to be about how it comes off the boot. And I'm sure he'll let us know if it's good straight away. So Dawson, can he kick number 6? In he comes. Comes off the boot. Watch his reaction. No, it's gone through for my score. So 5 goals, 4 for the afternoon for Dawson. As they extend their lead further, Moody to bring the ball back into play here for Powelltown. So Moody, short one, brings it back in and does that well to Cross. Will he get the handball back? They thought about it, but then Cross pulled away at the last second. Now Cross comes short down the line. Can it might be taken? Yes, it can, but it's intercepted by Beggs. Beggs wastes no time putting it back in. Awkward looking kick. Will it work out though? Nunn's in the area. Nunn gathers it, but then loses it for a second, then goes off mid-air. And it goes through for a minor score for Kyle Nunn. 2 goals, 2. So now they bring the ball wide to Powelltown. Just need to get some cleaner footy going to get it down there into the ground. Now long down the line. Can a mark be taken here? Not quite. And it's again Belgrave are going to pounce on this and put it back inside the forward line. Dawson! Not quite. Now they got Powelltown can try and move it backwards. Handball out the back to kick. Now they move it even more further down the line. Dribble handball works out well. Now they got a beautiful handball over the top. This could open up the game here, and they bring it wide to Neil, but it's just over his head. Reese will gather it though. Good, smart, clever tap over the top. Now they go handball back to Reese. How's it sit for him? Does, but he doesn't gathering as much as he would have liked it, but now they can go back forward here and a short kick down the line, Summers, but that kick doesn't quite reach him, but gives it enough room for him to run onto it. Summers brings it back inboard to Stowe. Stowe tried to fend it off his own teammate, then realised it was him, so he just kept running, but now he's turned it over. Intercept mark taking the back 50 there by Powelltown's Kyle Larson.
He fair even tried to shake Crichton out of his boots.
Yeah, he was like, yep, oh, no. So now Powelltown will bring it back into play here as they try to move it back up the ground to get some sort of goal before the end of the game. At least 1 or 2 would be nice.
At least trying to avoid a 100-point margin. They're 98 points down at the moment, so technically not a problem just yet, but get as further away from that as possible. Chris Westcott will park himself underneath this one. Couldn't take the mark. Beautifully gathered there by Reeds. Got a handball away just in time. He did that quite well to McDonald. They can go inside forward 50. Long kick towards goal. Is home.
Oh, good kick.
What a finish that was there from Fletcher Daniel. He's absolutely nailed it from the boundary line. And he gets it back to 92 points the difference.
Our man. Daniel Fletcher.
Daniel Fletcher.
He's going to hate this.
He will hate this.
But really well done. Just left boot, slotted it.
Well, we talk about people with two first names. He's just a bloke who's just got his names the wrong way around.
Yeah.
I think, to be perfectly honest.
No, you know what? I'm sick of it. Can we put some respect on the man's name? It's Fletcher Daniel. It's Fletcher Daniel.
It is Fletcher Daniel, and he did really well to kick that one.
I'll give him respect for the goal. That was a beautiful kick. It never looked like missing.
Nah,
Absolutely
not a
nailed
chance.
it.
I've got your back, Daniel. Don't worry.
You just called him Daniel.
Yeah, no.
Oh, I
Yeah.
suppose, yeah.
Yeah, we can go by last name here in the commentary.
No, well, you should have called him Fletcher. But anyway, that's a dumping tackle laid there, and it's going to be rewarded.
Wasn't happy.
No.
Hamilton?
So
Oh,
Larson
no, it wasn't.
gets the ball to half forward, and Dean Roy on the lead takes the mark. And he's going to go back and line them up from about 45 metres. This for back-to-back goals for Powelltown. And to get the margin back down to 86 points the difference. So Dean Roy already kicked 2 goals in the afternoon, and I think this is good for Powelltown. At least avoid the 100-point thumping. Just makes it look a bit more respectable. So Dean Roy had a pretty good season this year, and this first 3 goals in the afternoon, which is a pretty good return. In he comes with a slow, deliberate approach. Distance will not be a problem, and accuracy won't be a problem either. Straight over the goal umpire's cap. Back-to-back goals for Powelltown. Dean Roy's kicked his third. 6-4-40 the Demons to Belgrave 17-4-126. We'll be going 9.5 minutes into the final quarter.
Good afternoon for Dean Roy. Not many goals being kicked for Powelltown, but him managing to kick his third, only multiple goal kicker for them is a really good sign for them. Just a positive they can take out of the game.
Exactly right. And as mentioned, they get it back down to 86, so they're still a little bit of time left to go and win this game, but doing a decent job of at least avoiding that 100-point margin, the dreaded 100-point margin, as we wait for the ball to come back into the middle of the ground. So it'll be Summers and Benny Ratton once again to do battle, and been a pretty good effort here by Mitch Summers up against the Colossus Ben Ratton, who's always such a tough ruck matchup for anyone. So the umpire's got ball in hand and about to throw the ball aloft for once again. Up it goes. Benny Ratton just waits at ground level, just grabs it out of the ruck. Maybe Powelltown can make it 3 in a row. He's taken to ground and umpire calls him to go. Jaden Wood can put Belgrave inside forward. 50 looking for Beggs, and he's got it. And Paddy Beggs kicks into the pocket. He's found Pemberton. And Liam Pemberton can go back and line up for goal number 4.
What an afternoon.
He has been outstanding today, just to get it back to a 92-point difference for the Magpies. So Liam Pemberton had plenty of the ball, and he's impacted the scoreboard a few times already. As mentioned, already kicked 3 goals, this for his 4th. In he comes. Once again, slow, deliberate approach. That looks pretty good off the boot. And it holds the line. Liam Pemberton's kicked his 4th. Back to a 92 points difference. 18-24-132 Belgrave to Powelltown 6-4-40. We've been going 21 minutes into the final quarter.
4 goals as a pure midfielder is an unreal game. You don't see him push forward. He plays the whole game out in the midfield, and he's pushed forward and kicked forward. Great game by the skipper, Liam Pemberton, really leading from the front.
Exactly right, Trent. Just leading the way, as you said, and really setting the example. Good work rate as we wait for the ball to come back in the middle. So once again, it'll be Summers and Ben Ratton to do battle on the ruck.
And we have been going, if you've got the paper over at 18, but we're going just about 22 minutes here in this last quarter. So not much more than 5 minutes probably to go in this game. As tapped down one by Ratton, but Pentland gets it and gets a handball out into the Stowe direction. Stowe gathers and goes backwards to Kavara just over his head. Can he gather it? No. They've gone off mid-air, but intercepted and taken nicely down there. Belgrave can move it to Wood. Doesn't quite make it. Wood and Ryan are there. Gathering it, Ryan swings around, handball at the top to Wood. Wood has Pemberton if he wants to go short. He goes even further to Beggs, doesn't quite hold the mark, but follows up with a second effort. Does well, Ratton in there, met with a tackle. Wood lays another tackle as well. And the umpire will blow his whistle to ball this one up. Right in front of us, perfect view of this. As the ball's thrown up here, Summers and Ratton with the tap down, but Wood sharks it. Swipes off the tackle of Ratton as well. Now he goes down the line. Beggs parks himself under it, and a nice mark taken there by Beggs. Beggs wheels around, wastes no time, gallops, puts it inside the forward line, looking for Nunn. Beautiful pickup by Nunn. Gets around one, then starts around his body. We've seen him do this a couple of times, but it's a beautiful kick and finds power. I said this, guys. Something happens whenever Nunn gets around the footy and touches the footy. He makes something happen from nothing. And Power, after a slow start, can line up for number 3. Was kept goalless in the first half, I believe. Yeah. It's their leading goal kicker this season, and he's lining up for number 3. So a good second half from Power if he can put this through, and he does. Number 3 for Power for the afternoon. So after a quiet first half, has fought back hard in this second half and finished off strong.
He most certainly has, Trent. Back to a 98-point difference. 19 goals, 24, 138 are Belgrave to Powelltown at 6-4-40. So still the threat of that 100-point margin for the Demons after they got it back to 86. Belgrave have kicked a couple in a hurry. So wait for the ball to come back into the middle. And once again, it'll be Summers and Benny Ratton to do battle in the ruck.
So as the umpire just comes in, now Summers and Ratton are in position. As the umpire begins his approach and throws this one up now. Summers meets Ratton there, and Ratton still gets the tap down. Now they try and move it forward. Tackle laid there by Stowe. Umpire blows his whistle to ball this one up. So another stoppage and play in the middle of the ground. As ball's thrown up. Ratton from the back gets the tap down. Pentland sharks it. Then gets a handball over the top to Booth. Booth over to Pemberton. Has four for the afternoon. Handball's over. Now they try and run their way out of trouble. Not quite. Handball back to Pemberton. Cool and composed, gets it to Wood. Wood puts it long inside the forward line to a leading Power. Doesn't quite hold the mark. Kick does well in the contest, but picking up his Prismic. Dribble to goal. Was it touch? Yes, it was.
Touch on the line.
I
Really
thought
good
it might have
attempt.
just missed. Thought he might have just missed it, but he managed to just get a hand on it.
Been unlucky in front of goals today, Prismich.
Three behinds, you guys got him down?
Yeah, 3 behind.
Yep, there we go. So 99 points the difference now, Trent. As,
Harrison Cochrane to bring this one in.
Yep, so Cochrane comes out wide. It's a wobbly one and it's turned over. Here is Jaden Wood. And you reckon Belgrave might just have that 100-point lead here. Wood loads up. It's not going to make the distance. Oh, can someone take a mark? No. Ball spills through hands. Powelltown once again look to exit the defensive 50. Here is Mitch Summers. Handballs back into the corridor. Oh no. Hamilton slipped over at the inopportune time. Can he get the handball away? Now Powelltown look to counter-attack. Ben Ratton, long kick through the corridor. 2 one-on-one contest. Fritz up against Dean Roy. Oh no, Reese the bounce. The ball did not go his way. Beautifully done though by Dean Roy. Oh no, he's hit the belly of the ball.
Straight up in the air.
It's almost gone backwards. No mark can be taken. Ball spills to ground level. Dean Roy there to get his own ball. Handed away now by Peter Booth. Good contest provided by Larson. Now Belgrave through the corridor, just getting a kick away in time. Here is Prismic, swings around onto the right, try to get it away to his teammate there, and Daniel Rye. Ball goes to half forward. Was that a push? Yes, it was. So a free kick here for Tyson Walker. Walker peers into the corridor. Not really too sure where he wants to go. He's got Benny Ratton as a short option, but he's in a bit of a 2-on-1 situation, so he won't go there. And he's turned it over, has he? No, it's gone through the hands of Stowe, and it will be a stoppage on the broadcast wing. So once again, Mitch Summers and Ben Ratton to do battle in the ruck. As the umpire throws the ball aloft, up it goes. Neither ruckman really got a tap to it. There's a free kick here for a hold, I think, and it's going to go Benny Ratton's way. So Powelltown still desperately trying to avoid this 100-point margin. They're 99 points down at the moment. Kick to half forward. Reese takes a good strong mark. He did well in that one-on-one contest. Looks inside forward 50. Reese wheels onto the right boot. Long kick. Can he find a set of hands? He can, but it's Chris Westcott. Not the set of hands that he would have wanted. Comes out to Kavara. Kavara continues to press up the line. Here is Pemberton. Pemberton comes back towards the corridor. Kick probably wasn't the best. Here's an opportunity for Liam Lucas. Can he keep the ball in play? No, not quite. And the umpire will come across and call for a stoppage now at half forward for Powelltown. 27 minutes have gone in this last quarter. So 19 goals, 25, 139 of Belgrave to Powelltown. 6-4-40 as we near the end of this match. Picked up by Kyle Nunn. Can he break away? Yes, he can. And he does beautifully. Dishes off to Morrison. Here you go, Belgrave through the corridor. Opportunity for Riley Pentland. He can send the ball to half forward. Dawson on the lead, and he's got it. Dawson. Kick into the pocket. Power can't take the mark. Walker will get to the ground level ball first, and he's got a bit of room to work with. Kick down the line, not his best, and there's a siren, and that will conclude the match of the round here at Belgrave Recreation Reserve, and it was a domination by the Magpies, a 99-point victory, 19 goals, 25, 139 to Powelltown, 6-4-40, and Adam, Belgrave, too strong on the day and gained some much-needed percentage.
Yeah, absolutely, they do. Really coming away with a percentage boost.
Yes.
To try and catch Alexandra on that ladder, which I don't actually have any results from at the moment because the scoring seems to be down at the second, so hopefully that comes back up in a minute. But certainly some well-needed points